This is Philip Hollander, and the Penguins have everybody else available to them that they would play here in the playoffs. The Powerball jackpot is now $100 million. You can play at your local retailer or online. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Of course, Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. It's Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong coming up. Game 3 on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built for tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
It takes all of us to take action and bring awareness to create a better community and environment. Penguins Pledge brings together key Penguins business partners with a common goal to create a more environmentally conscious community. Our Penguins Pledge champion partners PPG, US Steel, EQT, Wesco, Indra Energy, and Coca-Cola are all committed to a better and more sustainable Pittsburgh. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The fastest game on ice. He scores! SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
Ever dreamed about signing with the Penguins? Now you can. With the Penguins Power Play package from FMB, you can be a part of the team with a Pens branded debit card, cashback credit card, and personal checks. Plus, score exclusive rewards like discounts on tickets, Pens gear, and more. Sign with the Penguins at fmb-online.com/Penguins. FMB, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. FMB, member FDIC, credit card subject to approval. See site for details.
Take a break and come out with us tonight.
Not tonight, man.
Come on. You deserve a night out. You're going to miss out.
Miss out on what?
While you stayed home, they won big. They celebrated. They got the suite, stayed up all night, and made memories. And you weren't there. Some nights are too good to sit out. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
Shine your shoes, baby. The Penguins are going to go dancing with Lord Stanley once again.
Now Chinikov finds Crosby, Panther zone. He scores! A rifling shot from Sidney Crosby. It's 21 straight for the captain and a new NHL record. Crosby sends it high slot, hustling Carlson, keeps it onside. Wrister down low. They score! Evgeny Malkin with the touch in on the far side. It's his 1400th career point. A sprawling save by Stuart Skinner. The Penguins goaltender lunged out front from right to left, and it's a 3-goal lead to likely ice a 3-year playoff drought.
The Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network proudly presents the Stanley Cup Playoffs. The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Number 1 Cochran, Go One Better, by IC Light, by McDonald's, providing you the official burger of the Pittsburgh Penguins, by Get Go Cafe and Market, Get Go, where the Pens go, by Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, by Clearview Federal Credit Union, helping people enjoy a better life, and by Indra Energy, an official Penguins Pledge champion partner. Playoff hockey begins now.
The Battle of Pennsylvania reaches the other side of the state, and the only trend that the Penguins are looking to continue is the road team coming away with a victory. That's what's needed tonight to avoid a 3-0 series deficit against the Philadelphia Flyers, who are hosting their first playoff game since 2018. The Flyers claim themselves to be uninvited to these Stanley Cup playoffs. The only one who seems to be uninvited tonight, though, are wearing black and gold. And maybe that's exactly what the Penguins need. Welcome in, Penguins fans, and welcome to the Jungle, otherwise known as Xfinity Mobile Arena. Alongside Colby Armstrong, I'm Joe Brand. It's Game 3 of Round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the Penguins are in somewhat desperate need of a win. Army, let's get right to it. Penguins need a lead. They haven't had one all series long. The easiest way to do that is scoring first, maybe even scoring in the first, which neither team has been able to do so far the last 2 games.
Yeah, which is surprising for the Penguins, because if you look at the stats league-wide, they have 2 of the best players at scoring in the first period out of the top 3 in the NHL, Crosby and Mantha. And look, getting a lead is one thing. Getting shots on goal is another. Just 2 shots on goal in the first period in Game 2. Game 1, very close and very similar to those numbers as well. It's been a struggle to get on the inside. Here tonight, in hostile territory, a good opportunity for them to just focus on their game and get it done. They're going to have to make some adjustments. They're going to have to play a lot better through the neutral zone and on pucks in the offensive zone. But for the Penguins here tonight, getting the lead, I think, is crucial. Getting that first goal is crucial. They've yet to get the lead in this series through 2 games. Why not start here in hostile territory? They got a guy, their captain, Sidney Crosby, who thrives here on the road in the postseason. 11 games, 20 points for Sidney Crosby. And look, you can't look any further than the captain to get it done.
7 career playoff goals in Philadelphia for Sidney Crosby in those 11 games with the 20 points like you just mentioned. Army, how do you break down what the Flyers are doing? Because they're doing it better than the Penguins, but it's not like they're doing it much better than the Penguins.
Yeah, I think they're playing. They played their style perfectly to a T with their game plan and how they want to check the Penguins through the neutral zone. 1 in the offensive zone, numbers on pucks quickly, smothering plays, ending it, anticipation off the puck in the offensive zone as well, where they're outnumbering us on a one-on-one battle, and then it's battle level. Their battle level's higher. They're blocking shots. They're doing hard things more consistently through these first 2 games. The Penguins are going to have to really get the war paint on in this one. They're going to have to commit to that, commit to winning those little battles and playing closer together. I feel like the Flyers have done a good job with the way they played, forcing the Penguins to spread out. They're going to have to hang in there, hang in the fight. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to win some battles. You're going to have to muck it up. And you're going to have to keep bodies closer together to come out with pucks under control and execute. Also, I will say this, the power play. The power play has not been good. 0 for 5 in Game 2, 0 for 2 in Game 1, just 3 shots on goal, 0 for 7 through these 2 games. It has stunted the Penguins' play. It has taken momentum away from them. It hasn't been good. And look, that's your top players. It's up to those guys to kind of tilt the ice. First goal of the game, power play has to be much better. We'll start there.
Penguins 0 for 7 on the power play this playoff series. Like you said, they were the 7th best in the NHL during the regular season, and the Flyers have 2 shorthanded goals in this series. Army, Stuart Skinner gets the start for the 3rd straight game, despite the Penguins being winless so far. But that's because Skinner's been the best player out of all the Penguins. He's been consistent, he's been calm, he's been reliable. He's really showing why his playoff experience has come into play so well in this series so far.
And he's allowed 6 goals in these 2 games, and at the end of it, I'm going, he's their best player. And he's been their best player for 2 games. And that, I love his effort. I love his battle level. He's had tons of breakaways against him. He's had 2-on-1s. And at the same time, he's given them a chance. You want your guy to give you a chance to win. The players in this lineup, the team with their play, have to respond better here in Game 3. They have to do what is required and then some to win a playoff game against this team. Rick Tocchet's got them dialed. He's got them ready to go with their playing style, with their technical play of checking and defending. It's frustrated the Penguins. You can't rely on Stuart Skinner to give you chance after chance and not come up the other way and get something done for him. After that penalty shot opportunity last game, I saw him look to the bench and give a little pump like saying, hey, let's go, we need more. That's the kind of reaction I took. It was a message from him. He's battling. They need other guys up front to get going here too and provide offense here in this series.
Arm Dog, great to have you back, man.
I love it, buddy. I love being in hostile territory. Let's go, Game 3.
That's Colby Armstrong. The Penguins are 10-10 in playoff games in Philadelphia in their franchise history. They're looking for win number 11. They're also better on the road this year, 21-12-8 away from PPG Paints Arena. And the Philadelphia Flyers 20-13-8 in this building during the regular season. It's game 3 of round 1. The Battle of Pennsylvania continues, and it reaches the city of brotherly love. Puck drop is next. It's all here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
As the Pens face the Flyers, we're inviting fans to take this rivalry off the ice and into the community. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is hosting a Pittsburgh versus Philly fundraising challenge through the St. Jude Walks on October 3rd, with fans in both cities raising critical funds to help kids fighting cancer and other life-threatening diseases. Every dollar makes a difference, and families never receive a bill from St. Jude. Join the Pittsburgh team and support this great cause at stjude.org/walkpittsburgh.
2026-27 Penguin season tickets are on sale now, and you have to be here. Purchase a full or half-season package today to guarantee priority access to 2026 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. These Penguins have flipped the script on expectations for this season. Finds Crosby, Panther zone, he scores! Act now to make sure you're here to witness them write the next chapter of their storied history. Visit PittsburghPenguins.com to secure your season membership today.
In Pittsburgh, champions aren't just born, they're built. And NSS Life has been part of that winning legacy for decades.
We've stood with the city's champions on and off the field,
building futures that are strong, secure, and built to last.
NSS Life is proud to be part of Pittsburgh's past and your future.
NSS Life, the official life insurance company of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
NSS Life, where family matters.
We're the
Pittsburgh Penguins.
We're going to flip the script. We have the pen. We are going to write our own story, man.
We are going to write our own story.
All those people.
Who's the author of that story?
We are.
We are.
We are. SchultzFord.com.
Yes, sir. And this is the evidence of what happens when you have a team, Phil.
And do you know what we're going to say when we do it? One inventory, 4 locations. West Mifflin, Harmarville.
Oh, that sounds like a commercial, Phil.
SchultzFord.com. SchultzFord.com.
The Steel City knows a thing or two about winners. When it comes to environmental services, WM has been winning for over 50 years. We have over 45,000 MVPs on our roster across North America, from truck drivers to sales professionals and everything in between. And right now, we're looking for Pittsburgh area professionals to join our winning team, because doing what's right for our planet is vital work, best tackled together. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and tons of other perks. Start your new career by visiting careers.wm.com. That's careers.wm.com.
We're all set for playoff hockey here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as the Pittsburgh Penguins and Philadelphia Flyers get ready for Game 3 of the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Penguins are still looking for their first win in this series. A couple of losses back in Pittsburgh at the final scores of 3-2 and 3-0. None of that matters right now. The Penguins are trying to get back in this series with a win here tonight, as Stuart Skinner man's in between the pipes once again for the Penguins. His third straight start of the series, looking for his first playoff win as a Pittsburgh Penguin. Dan Muse with a little bit of a shake-up on the lines. Once again, the top line is back with Ricard Raquel, Sidney Crosby, and Brian Rust. However, Igor Chinikov is now with Ben Kindle and Anthony Mantha. Ben Kindle and Justin Brazeau. Anthony Mantha is with Tommy Novak and Evgeny Malkin. The fourth line continues for the Penguins, as our starting lineups are brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. The Penguins attacking from left to right in their road white sweaters. The Philadelphia Flyers attacking from right to left in their home orange. And Luke Glendening wins the draw. We're underway here in Philly. Opening faceoff is brought to you by number 1 Cochran Club 1 Rewards. Earn points and save money with every dollar spent on service. Penguins work it out to the neutral zone. It goes on edge to Dan Vladar, who pitched a 27-save shutout against the Penguins Monday night. His first career playoff shutout and the first shutout for the Flyers all year long. He'll corral a loose puck to the near side of the cage. Makes his first save of the night. 25 seconds into this hockey game from Philly. We've got no score.
Rick Tocchet electing to start his fourth line, which has been very good here through the first 2 games. Hathaway, Couturier, Glendening, Ristolainen, Crosby, and Rust already a lick on Ristolainen down in the corner before Vladar smothered that.
It'll be the captains, Couturier and Crosby, to take the draw to the left of Dan Vladar. And it's worked over to the corner. Brian Russ creates some space. Quick, tough angle shot hit the side of the cage. Tosses the puck over to the far corner to sit in behind the net. Tuck around try. Stuffed out by Vladar.
I like that play down in behind the net. Working down low. Staying close together. Crosby with a quick wraparound attempt.
Penguins take the puck back in their own zone. Brian Russ sails it right over the net of Dan Vladar. It rolls over to the far half boards. Tommy Novak takes it down to the corner. Got tied up by a couple of Flyers as Ristolainen comes away with it. And behind the net for Sanheim. He pitches it up to Couturier. Chris Letang wrapped him up. Stick got knocked out of his hands, and the Penguins reset in their own zone again. Defensive pairs stay the same. Parker Wotherspoon with Erik Karlsson. Sam Girard with Chris Letang. Ryan Shea with Connor Clifton. The Penguins try to clear it through the neutral zone, but Christian Dvorak cuts it off, and now the Flyers will reset at center ice. Drysdale ahead to Konechny, helps angle it down to the Penguin zone, rolls in behind Skinner's net. He'll stop it. Letang pumps it up the near side. York sends it deep, and behind the net, Martone, centering past Dvorak. A backhand shot was blocked by Anthony Mantha. Dvorak leaves it for Martone in behind Skinner's net. Another centering pass, missed everyone. Off the wall, played by Drysdale. One-timer pad save Skinner. Loose puck in the crease. It's sitting to the near side of the cage, and we get a whistle blown.
I don't know why he blew the whistle. Chris Letang is absolutely ground and pounding. Konechny, we've got some extra action in and around the net now. Mantha and Malkin tied up with Martone and Dvorak. And this whole play in their zone started with the Penguins totally in control and unable to get through the neutral zone, trying to execute and hang on to pucks instead of playing north right away, getting it in behind. Crosby's line did that on the first shift, generating some O-zone time and playing down in the other end. This is that Malkin-Novak line, and they turned the puck over in the neutral zone, and the Flyers were able to get up ice, get in zone, and generate a couple chances. Stuart Skinner had to make a heck of a right pad save through traffic, and then there was chaos in and around him. That puck did not get across the goal line. It was loose at the side of the net when the ref blew the whistle.
Right now they're giving him one save. It might be two. But after he made the initial pad save, it was just a loose puck right in front of the net. Billy did not give up on the play, but luckily Skinner keeps this game scoreless. A minute and a half gone. Noel Acciari will get kicked out of the face-off circle. Blake Lizotte takes over against Matvei Michkov. Flyers have it. One-timer sailor glove save by Stuart Skinner. Keeps the game scoreless. 18-18 to go in the first.
A lot of questions coming into this game with this young Flyers lineup and how they would react to the chaos on home ice, if they'd play the same style of game that they played on the road in Pittsburgh. And so that's a question and something I'll be watching here tonight.
Fourth line out there for the Penguins. They win the draw, chuck it down to the Flyers' end around the far boards. Acciari collects at the point, pumps one towards the net, went through traffic, loose puck kicked out of there by Vladar. Dewar tries to grab hold of the puck, can't. One-timer Clifton wide of the net, goes to the far half boards. Michkov couldn't clear it. Penguins back with it again. Acciari along the far side. Got it to Dewar. Clifton near point. He'll wrist one. Deflected. Stopped by Vladar. Loose puck. Acciari can't fire the shot. Now he's got it at the near corner. Works it over to the far side. It's pulled up by Noah Juleson. He'll work it out to center ice all the way down to the Penguin zone. This will be icing by the Flyers. 2.5 minutes gone. Penguins putting some pressure on Philadelphia, but we're still scoreless.
Yeah, Vladar really having to make his first big save. It's similar to the Stuart Skinner pad save that he made just the shift prior. But it's the fourth line for the Penguins just getting to work. That was a good hard shift. Hunting loose pucks. Pucks to the point. Pucks through with traffic. Connor Dewar off of that rebound save off of Vladar's left pad. Just unable to corral that rebound and find a loose puck.
Top line back onto the ice for the Pens. Crosby against Zegras. Trevor Zegras won it. Worked over to the near corner as Ristolainen pitches it up the near boards. It goes all the way down to the Penguins' end. Puck on edge. Not quickly enough for icing. But it's scooped up by Wotherspoon, who will take it up ice to Raquel in the neutral zone over the Flyers line near circle. Rister, pad save, long rebound out to the far point. Wotherspoon sends it down to the corner. Wotherspoon, one-timer, saved by Vladar. Loose puck. Brian Russ swats at it, and it gets kicked over to the far half wall. Wotherspoon a drive. That's wide of the net. Long rebound over to the near half wall. Forster will pitch it out to the neutral zone. Penguins take it back.
Some great chances. Crosby just missing a rebound in front, but some traffic, some chaos, and shots in around Vladar. Maybe More action than we've seen through 2 games.
Right now they've got 7 shots on goal for the Penguins. We're not even 4 minutes into this game. And they're out shooting the Flyers 7-2. That's at least what the video board says right now, as Sam Girard gets taken out, saved by Skinner, and they'll call a penalty. So Sam Girard draws a tripping penalty on Sean Couturier, and the Penguins are going to get the first power play of the night. No score, 3 minutes and 21 seconds into this game.
Yeah, Sam Girard just under duress. Sean Couturier has been
Philadelphia, number 14, 2 minutes for tripping.
Couturier's been a beast for the Flyers through 2 games. He's been hard on forechecks. He's been physical. This time just gets tangled up on a hard forecheck, pressuring Sam Girard right around Stuart Skinner. He's called for tripping. And look, coming into this game, we talked about the first goal being huge. We talked about the power play. They have a chance to get both of those things going here right off the bat.
Could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Face off to the right of Dan Vladar. Crosby to take the draw with Raquel to his left, Rust to his right. The faceoff turns into a shot on net that Vladar stops. Dvorak skates it up to the neutral zone. Flyers in the Penguin zone. Dvorak is offside with Luke Glendening coming over the Penguins' blue line.
Dvorak and Glendening just took off shorthanded, and the Flyers were off to the races with tons of ice through the neutral zone as the Penguins forwards, Russ Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, were kind of just watching. And you got to crank up the workload here, even when you're on the man advantage. And that's something that's been lacking from them through the first 2 games. You got to have that workman-like mentality, even here on the power play.
And the Penguins 0 for 5 on the power play on Monday. They had 2 shots on goal. That's as many shorthanded shots that the Flyers had. As a dump in from the neutral zone will go right in on net. Skinner makes the stop and sweeps it over to Raquel. Now Erik Karlsson takes it up ice near side of his own zone. To Rust in the neutral zone, shovels it down to the corner. Raquel chasing after it. Gets in front of Glendening, but it's crunched into the boards. Rimmed up the wall, Karlsson keeps it alive. Malkin thought about a one-timer, now wrists one, didn't get past Glendening. Takes the loose puck, down to Rust at the near corner. Off the end boards to Crosby, up to Raquel near point. To Karlsson about the far circle, along the blue line. Crosby near half wall in the slot for Malkin. He'll take it to the boards, back to Sid. One-timer Karlsson deflected. Long bounce off the end boards. A stick is sitting there on the slot. It's Glendening. He'll race to the bench to get a new one. Raquel finds Crosby. Near circle to Rust to Malkin. He can't jab it home. Yes, he does. They score! Evgeny Malkin and the Penguins on the power play strike first here in Philly. 15:42 to go in the first.
Absolutely massive for the Penguins. Game 3, we're off and running. A totally different team we're seeing here tonight. Now, this power play break-in wasn't anything special. They dumped it in, they went and got it, rimmed it around, and the Penguins took over possession. And then a shot from the point broke Glendening's stick. He went to the bench to get it, and the execution and playmaking happened. Crosby down low to Rust. Rust with a rocket pass right across the crease. I didn't think Evgeny Malkin could handle that. But he did. Backdoor tap in, 1-0 Penguins. The power play has come alive. Penguins score first.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. And the Penguins with their first lead of this series. Evgeny Malkin's second goal of the series. He has 2 out of the Penguins' 3. Still a whole bunch of hockey to be played in this tense environment of Philadelphia, though. Puck's down in the Penguin zone near corner. The rookie Ben Kindle comes away with it. Got slammed into the boards by Owen Tippett. Worked up to the neutral zone. Justin Brazeau got taken out, making his Penguins playoff debut. Flyers with it. Drysdale far circle. Shot on net and a save by Stuart Skinner. 1-0 Penguins, 4.5 minutes into this game.
Yeah, the Flyers very good through the neutral zone. We know this. And Brazeau was just swarmed trying to get the puck out at his blue line and get up and get going. Here in his first playoff game, activated back into this series after missing the first 2. And once he turned that puck over, it was Zegras and all 5 Flyers really attacking across that blue line.
Sidney Crosby picks up his first point of these playoffs. Again on Malkin's power play goal. Down into the Penguin zone. Skinner plays it to Letang near corner. A centering pass intended for Michkov goes out of his reach. Penguins bring it up the far wall to Sam Girard. Rink wide pass to Letang in the neutral zone on the Flyers line. Here half wall over to Achari. His shot gets deflected out by Vladar and behind the net for Lazat. Will pump it around the wall to the near point for Letang. Snap the D to Girard. Down off the end wall. Tumble to Achari and behind the net. Swings it back up to the far point. Gerard had to race it down. Kept it onside. Pumped it to Achari. Tried to angle it home, but he only got a piece of it to send it out of play. 14:38 to go in this first period. The Penguins with a 1-0 lead over the Flyers.
A fantastic breakout by the Penguins to get up ice. Gerard to Letang in stride. East to west. The full length of the width of the ice. And Chris Letang on entry able to find Noel Achari on the wide side of the ice for a really good opportunity. There's no question, Joe. I think we're seeing a more urgent Penguins team here early in Game 3.
Their first lead of the series comes on their first power play goal of the series and the first goal that either team has scored in the opening period. 14.5 to play in the first. Penguins have it. Flyers zone near corner. Crosby to Rush. Shot it just wide. Rebound to the far point. Wotherspoon pumps it back down to the corner. Carlson will collect at the half wall. Sends it up to Rust High Point. Down to the near corner. Raquel plays it off the boards. Chops it to Crosby below the goal line. Sit up the wall to Carlson at the point. He'll sling it right off the stick of Konechny. Flyers take it the other way. Dvorak up ahead to Martone. Penguin zone near circle. Pitch back to Dvorak. He'll fire it off one of the Penguins. Russ collects the loose puck in the neutral zone. Got it to Raquel. Back to Russ in the Flyers zone. Penguins have numbers, but the pass goes off the skate of Cam York.
Well, Cam York was all by himself. It was a 3-on-1.
Now a 3-on-2 for Philly. Martone near circle. Whiffed on a shot. Loose puck in the slot. Gets it downstairs. Konechny far side. They can't connect back door to Dvorak.
Ryan Shea, perfect stick breaking up that play. Otherwise, it was a tap-in.
Back downstairs in the Flyer zone for Novak. Chipped up to Malkin, half wall. To Shea at the far point. Snaps it to Clifton. They'll go downstairs to Novak, near half wall. Saucer pass looking for Malkin. Konechny slowed it down. Flyers come the other way with it as Couturier will pitch it down to the Penguin zone far corner. Under 13.5 to play in this first. Penguins with a 1-0 lead. Anthony Mantha sheds off a hit of Nick Seeler. It's worked over the Penguins line, but Shea will take it away. Get it to Brazeau, who was not in the lineup the first two playoff games for the Pens. In behind the Flyer net, it's pumped up the near wall that Couturier will hack out to the neutral zone. Justin Brazeau gets in front of Hathaway looking for the puck. Flyers will then sling it down to the Penguins' end. Takes an aggressive bounce off the near corner. Skinner slows it down, got it to Gerard. 1-0 Penguins with under 13 to play in the first. They dump it down to the Flyers' end. Rolls over to the far corner. Ristolainen cuts it off. Brings it over to the near side. Pitched up the wall to Letang. He'll chip it down to the corner off the boards. It's played by Ristolainen. And now kicked back over to Sanheim on the near side. Sanheim ahead of the neutral zone. Igor Chinikov knocked it down. Took it over the Flyers line, but Brazeau wasn't back on side yet. Philly will take it the other way on the stick of Sanheim. Over the Flyers logo. Now over the Penguins line. Far side. Cutting towards the crease. Kicked away by Carlson. They'll take the puck in behind Skinner's net. Work it up the far side as the Penguins try to bring it up ice. Gerard buys some time. Sends it airborne to Carlson. He'll knock out of midair. Saucer it to Lazat. He couldn't handle the pass. Drysdale takes it away. Out to the neutral zone off the skate of Owen Tippett. Chipped it down the far wall. Wotherspoon took it away. Got it to Achari in the neutral zone. Nice move to get around Cates, but couldn't get a clean pass over to Dewar. He'll crunch Drysdale into the boards, but Philly still comes away with the puck. Under 12 to play in this first period. Penguins with a 1-0 lead. Evgeny Malkin with a power play goal. And this will be icing by the Flyers with 11:45 to go in this opening period.
Well, we'll see how the Flyers react now in trying to generate and what this game will look like a little different here with the Penguins now with a lead in this series for the first time. See if that neutral zone opens up a little bit. We'll see if some of these plays in the offensive zone open up a little bit if the Flyers are pushed on their heels here in Game 3.
Nice stick by the Penguins stops the action with 11:42 to go in this first. We'll go to our first break of the hockey game. Penguins with a 1-0 lead on a Malkin power play goal. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
We're the Pittsburgh Penguins.
We're going to flip the script. We have the pen. We are going to write our own story, man.
We are going to write our own story.
All those
Who's
people,
the author of that story?
We are.
We are.
We are. Shortforward.com.
Yes, sir. And this is the evidence of what happens when you have a team, Phil.
And do you know what we're going to say when we do it? One inventory, 4 locations. West Mifflin, Harmerville.
Oh, that sounds like a commercial, Phil.
Shortforward.com. Shortforward.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com or an office near you.
Proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Office is Pittsburgh.
The Steel City knows a thing or two about winners. When it comes to environmental services, WM has been winning for over 50 years. We have over 45,000 MVPs on our roster across North America, from truck drivers to sales professionals and everything in between. And right now, we're looking for Pittsburgh area professionals to join our winning team, because doing what's right for our planet is vital work, best tackled together. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and tons of other perks. Start your new career by visiting careers.wm.com. That's careers.wm.com.
Well, the Penguins desperately needed a power play goal to provide some momentum going their way, and they got it. And when America needs a power play, EQT delivers, fueling freedom, strengthening allies, and unleashing U.S. LNG from right here in Pittsburgh. Along with Colby Armstrong, I'm Joe Brand. Penguins with a 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers. 11:42 to go in this first. Penguins are out shooting Philly 9-6, and they had 7 of the first 9 shots on goal in this game. It's a different-looking Penguins team out of the gate, Army.
Yeah, it is, and they better be, right? You have to be desperate coming in here. Dropping both games at home, games 1 and 2. They've got to have this game here in game 3.
Sid wins the draw in front of the Flyers bench. Penguins rim it down to the Flyers zone. Rust has it far half wall. Will chip it to the end boards. It rolls in behind the net. Sanheim up the near wall. Konechny angles it out to the neutral zone. Wotherspoon races it down in front of Martone. Will pitch it out to the neutral zone. Raquel takes it over the Flyers line. Far side, down to the corner. Tipped up to Crosby. Chopped it in behind the net. It's worked over to the near corner. Raquel up the wall. Couldn't get it enough. Sanheim worked it out to center ice. But Wotherspoon will handle the long pass. Carlson to Malkin, slowed down as Konechny approached him. Flyers take the puck back with 11 minutes to go in the opening period. Penguins lead the Flyers 1-0. Philly re-racking in their own zone. Ristolainen and Sanheim play catch. Konechny now dumps it down to the Penguins' end, far corner. Wotherspoon plays it off the boards. Takes it in behind Skinner's net. Over to the far side, sends it up to Novak. Jumped off his stick. Drysdale whipped on a clearing attempt, but then does get it out to center ice as it's dumped into the Penguins zone by Noah Cates. Over to the far corner. Letang will take it up the near side. Now send a rink-wide pass to Girard through the neutral zone to Mantha. Jumped off his skate. Girard takes it back. Play to Letang off the near wall. Did a nice move to get around Denver Barkey, but the Flyers take it back again. Hathaway kicks it down to the near corner. Girard playing along the end boards. Took a decently hard hit from Barkey and then Couturier to Letang, but he was able to handle it.
The Flyers looking for a penalty. The fans anyway on Sam Girard on Hathaway. Hathaway with a big hit missed. They got tangled up and Hathaway went down.
And then Girard slams Hathaway into the boards, far corner. Those two kind of go at it as the puck wheels over to the near corner. Kindle able to get away from a check from Hathaway as Mantha will fork it down to the Flyers' end. Brazeau on his horse to reach for it. Juleson cuts him off in the corner, and now Kindle swoops in, but the Flyers take it back the other way. Hathaway near side of the neutral zone. Couturier dumps it down to the Penguins' end. Far corner, Chinikov kicks it over to the near side that Connor Clifton will reach first. 9.5 to play in the opening period. Penguins with a 1-0 lead over the Flyers. Here's a turnover. It's Tippett. Penguin zone. Drags in the circle. Backhand shot. Went high of the net.
Tippett had Forster coming in late to that pileup. Did not see him.
Penguins trying to muscle it out to the neutral zone. Chinikov will, but gets slammed into the boards by Tippett. Flyers back in the Penguin zone. Off the end boards it goes to the far corner. Shea up ahead to Lizotte. He'll chuck it to the neutral zone. Sanheim takes it over the Flyers logo. Now got it to Tippett. Over to Forster. Penguins zone. In the slot. Shot fired wide of the net. Off the end boards and then off the back of the cage. Flyers still with it. Zegras far half wall to Ristolainen. D to Sanheim near side. Kicks it down to the corner. Centering pass. Shoulder save by Stuart Skinner.
Well, it's deflected right in front at the top of the crease. And Stuart Skinner just got in the way.
Now fourth line in the Flyers zone for the Penguins. Lizotte chucked it up the near wall, but having some trouble with it. Zegras will pitch it out to the neutral zone. Carlson's got it. He'll reset at center ice, but quickly get it to Lizotte, who turned it over. Near wall, Dewar will sweep it down. And the Penguins are able to chip it back into their own zone.
A few situations. Penguins have the line. Just get it in deep. They want to make passes and execute and get in.
8:20.
It's been hard.
8:20 to go in this first period. Penguins still with a 1-0 lead. They've been sitting on 9 shots on goal for some time now, though. Still out shooting the Penguins out of the Flyers 9-7. Martone over the Penguins line. Dvorak muscles the puck away from Raquel, but they fight for it down to the near corner. Crosby squats it to the far side. Drysdale's the only guy there. Took a hard check from Wotherspoon, but still sent it deep. In behind the net for Carlson. Takes a hard check from Martone. Swung up the near wall as Raquel gets leveled by Konechny, but the Penguins still come away with the puck. Kicked out into the Flyers' end. Crosby fighting his way towards it. Russ got it over to the far wall, but the Flyers will pump it up the boards. Michkov slowing it down at the point. It's taken by Letang. Snapped over to Russ. Flyers zone. Unloads. Shoulder save by Vladar. Long rebound that Michkov takes. Try to get it out to the neutral zone. Novak cut it off. And now Mantha will poke it down to the far corner in the Flyers zone with 7:20 to go in this first period. Penguins lead 1-0. Sanheim ahead to Barkey in the neutral zone. Stemmed off the puck from Letang. They'll take it over the Flyers line. Far side, one arms at the half boards. Got wrapped up by Ristolainen, but Mantha comes away with the puck. Went for a centering pass from Malkin, but the puck hit the side of the cage. Rolls over to the far corner. Malkin muscles it up to Letang far point. He'll send it towards the slot. It actually goes all the way to the near corner. Ristolainen pumps it up the wall out to center ice. Gerard's got it. And we get a whistle blown here.
Net's off its moorings.
And now we'll go to our second break of the first period. 6:51 to go in the opening frame, and the Penguins with a 1-0 lead over the Flyers. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The NFL Draft is here, and taken for me, Christopher Russo. Mad Dog Sports Radio brings you the best NFL talk around.
It's around-the-clock analysis from your favorite hosts, including me, Adam Shine.
This is Stephen A. Smith. I'll tell you what I think, and I want to hear from you.
You guys are intelligent, infectious, and addictive.
Give us all your hot takes. Talk about the NFL Draft with us.
On Mad Dog Sports Radio, 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, Channel 82, or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Of all the players who were drafted in 2019, which player has scored the most goals in the fewest games? Cole Caulfield. Size does matter. You don't want a team of 5'9" defensemen. But scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in sports. And Cole Caulfield scores a lot of goals.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Ward Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, scores!
NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM. Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it. There's a chance. Rebound, Caulfield shoots and scores.
NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
Hey, Pens fans, welcome back to Philadelphia. Game 3. Are you ready to get in the game? With over 100 games to choose from, it's time to play to win with the PA Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
That's the Arm Dog, Colby Armstrong. I'm Joe Brand. Penguins with a 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers here at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philly. We've got 6:51 to go in the opening period. If Kenny Malkin with a power play goal, the only difference. As the Penguins win the draw, Chinakhov races into the Flyers zone, trying to get a shot on net. But it was deflected by the Flyers. They'll bring it up ice. Couturier will sling it towards the middle of the neutral zone. Penguins come away with it. Ben Kindle, becoming the third youngest Penguin player to play in a playoff game. Helps get it to Chris Letang in the neutral zone. Dumped into the Flyers, and up along the far wall. Kindle pokes it to Chinakhov. Rimmed over to the near side. Letang has to cut it off at the near half wall. Cut off by Hathaway. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Glendening gets taken down by Gerard, but still comes up with the puck in the Penguin zone. Near corner. Plays it up to Couturier at the half wall. He blows past Ben Kindle, but Chinakhov's got the puck. He'll get it ahead of Letang as it's chipped down to the Flyers' end near corner. Nolachari tries to put Ristolainen into the end boards. Fight for the puck in the near corner as Tippett chips it off the wall. Connor Clifton paws it down. Kicked out to the neutral zone on the stick of Dewar, though. He'll sling it back into the Flyers' end with 5:50 to go in the opening period. Penguins lead 1-0. Vladar left it for the Flyers to reset with. Ryan Shea tried to cut it off at the far point, but Zegras closed them off. Sanheim with a wrister. It's blocked by Connor Dewar. Bill Murphy dump it down into the Flyers' end. Tumbles right behind Ristolainen. He'll collect it and get it up to Forster. Stretch pass to Zegras, who chips it down to the Penguins' end. Near corner, Wotherspoon playing it off the boards. Works it over to the far side. Russ playing it off the wall. Trying to angle it ahead to Sid. Now he will chuck it into the Flyers' zone. Bangs off the glass at the far corner of the Flyers' end. It's reversed and behind the net. Then Drysdale will take a check from Brian Russ. Up along the far wall. Dvorak muscles it out to the neutral zone, but Wotherspoon gets to Carlson. Now ahead to Sid. Rather Raquel over the Flyers' line. Couldn't get it deep enough as Philly will chuck it back down the other way into the Penguin zone. Wotherspoon takes a shoulder from Konechny, but spits it up to the neutral zone for Crosby, right in front of the Penguins bench. Rink wide pass to Rust. He's in the Flyers zone to Carlson near circle. Down to the corner. Went for a cross-ice pass. Konechny got in the way of it. One-armed it out to the neutral zone. Girard chases it down. Now turns it over to Konechny, but Martone was well deep into the Penguin zone. He couldn't come over the blue line. 4.5 to play in this first period as Philly dumps it down to the Penguin zone. Penguins lead 1-0. Chris Letang ahead to Evgeny Malkin. Chipped it over the Flyers line, but Glendening quickly takes it away. Chips it up into the air. It tumbles down to Chris Letang. Had some trouble with it. Hunted down by Barkey. It's worked over to the near corner. 3 Flyers digging after the puck. Michkov with a tough angle shot and a save by Skinner.
Skinner had to be sharp on that one. It's kind of unsuspecting shot from the outside.
9 saves so far for Stuart Skinner, keeping the Penguins ahead 1-0. We've got 4 minutes to go in the opening period. Anthony Mantha from the neutral zone gets it over to Ryan Shea. Penguins reset here. And we'll get a line change. It's the Chinikov, Kindle, and Brazeau line. Come to take the ice. Shea to Clifton. Sent up ahead for Kindle. He was tied up by Ristolainen. Vladar plays the puck, sends it in behind his net. Pitched up to the far point. Shea's got it, pumps it towards the net. That's why. Long rebound to the near half wall. Couturier's there first. Will work it out to the neutral zone. Hathaway tried to shovel it into the Penguin zone. Now Shea being hunted down by Glendening. Worked over at the near corner, up along the wall. Shea will muscle it to Ben Kindle. It's actually past him and all the way down to the Flyers' end.
The Flyers looking to turn it up right away. The Penguins wanted to change. Now they'll get a full line change in. So Flyers set up in their own end.
A little over 3 minutes to go in the first period. Penguins lead 1-0 on an Evgeny Malkin power play goal. Zegras keeps the puck alive in the Penguin zone. Far half wall takes it down to the corner. 2 Penguins wipe out as he cut over to the near side. Now Sealer over to the far circle, deflected out of play. And will send us to our final break of the opening period. 2:52 to go in the first. Penguins with a 1-0 lead over Philly. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hi, I'm Marcus Leto. I'm the co-creator of the Halo universe and the creator of the Master Chief. Kent State really taught me to think like a designer, not just to build visuals, but to build worlds. I mean, that was all this fire in my belly that I just wanted to kind of create something that was different. The program here really helped give me the tools to enter the workforce, and I still look back to Kent State as a foundation that allows me now to do the kind of stuff that I can do.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality child care and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 20 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the child care provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Penguins still working with a 1-0 lead over the Flyers. 2:52 to go in the first. But Philly has continued to bring an edge to this game, Arnie.
Yeah, they have. They've been good through the neutral zone. The Penguins have to stay committed to just getting pucks in behind. getting pucks in behind. Don't feed their game and let them get in transition. A few decent pushes here from the Flyers. They've closed that shot gap considerably, 10-9 now in favor for the Penguins.
Pens had 7 of the first 9 shots on goal in this game. And now Philly, there's only one shy of them, as Armdog just mentioned, 10-9. Penguins win the draw, chip it out to the Flyers, and Labatt knocks the puck down, but then gets knocked down by Juleson. He and the puck go out to the neutral zone, work back into the Flyers end, but Sealer takes it away. Send it over to Forster, chip down to the Penguins, and no icing as there was a touch. Rimmed up the far boards. Dewar tries to muscle it over the line. It's turned over to Zegras in the slot for Forster. His shot gets blocked. And it pumps all the way out to the neutral zone. 2:20 to go in this first period. As Connor Dewar knocks down a line drive with his left hand, but now the Flyers level Dewar. Zegras in the Penguin zone. Forster above the near circle. Drags and fires high of the net.
Well, that was through traffic, moving. Tippett with a huge hit on Dewar. And a good chance from long range through traffic with a shot from the Flyers.
In behind the Penguin net, Zegras tries to tuck it home. Stuffed out by Skinner, but the Flyers still with it. 2 minutes to go in the first. Down to the corner, it's Ristolainen dancing at the circle. Turnaround shot, shoulder save Skinner. Puck is sitting there, and Wotherspoon will kick it to the end boards. He was tied up by Zegras. Flyers still keep hold of the puck. Sanheim near point to Konechny near circle. To Sanheim again in the corner, centering pass. They miss Martone. Ristolainen a one-timer attempt. Labatt poked it out to the neutral zone. Achari races it down. But the Flyers take it back on the stick of Sanheim. They'll chip it ahead to the Penguin zone. Raquel takes it, coughed it up. Got it right to Cam York, who dumps it into the Penguin zone, and as it caught Travis Konechny's shin, Flyers are offside with 1:27 to go in the opening period. Still 1-0 Penguins.
Well, that Flyers top line went to work and got down low, won a couple battles along the walls, and Tippett's been physical these playoffs, man. He's been really good for the Flyers. Individual effort, setup of a shorthanded goal last game. He's just been really, really good, really strong. 7 hits last game. Big hit on Connor Dewar as well here. There's a guy that possesses a ton of speed. Real good player for this Philadelphia Flyers team.
+2 in the first 2 games. Penguins with a 1-0 lead here in the first. 1:17 to go. And the Flyers ice it down. Now 1:13 to go. Shots on goal even at 10 apiece.
It's interesting watching and how buttoned up this Flyers team is inside of their structure and their system that Rick Tocchet has them playing. And that's when you think the Penguins have control of this game. They have a 1-0 lead, which is huge. The Flyers come with a big push as Hathaway just going to set up for the faceoff just now out of nowhere. Kind of skated by, and it looked like his stick clipped Crosby in the face, which sent him straight to the ice. Trying to see if I can see a replay here. Crosby going in to set up for this draw. And Hathaway had no clue he did it. He actually had no clue. His stick was kind of behind him. He had no clue Sid was there. They're going to get together right now and look at this or talk about it. It looks like they're going to be... There's a penalty. Hathaway's trying to go at Crosby now. He thinks he dove. And they got him for a high stick. He flipped his stick behind his back, just going to the draw. It didn't seem like anything, but Sid was there, and his stick clipped Crosby right in the face. I don't know what Hathaway was doing in that area as he was setting up. Everyone was kind of lined up. Hathaway was out of position. And this crowd is going crazy right now. What a break for the Penguins here.
They're sending Sid to the box.
Oh, they got Sid now, too.
So this always
what a joke.
Adds to the argument of how can you call one without the other? Or how can you
Sid
call...
smiling, sitting in the box like, you got to be kidding me. Hathaway's saying I didn't mean to do it, which I don't think he did mean to do it. It was a total accident thing.
Penalties on the play, Pittsburgh 87, 2 minutes for embellishment.
Well, I mean...
Number 19, 2 minutes for high sticking.
I mean, Sid standing there waiting for the faceoff to be dropped. Hathaway's stick slaps him across the lips. It wasn't like super hard or anything, but you'll react to that. Like, it was hard enough that you would react. And in my opinion, that's just a make-up call, kind of. Like, I don't get how you call that. You know, for me, it had to be the linesman standing there. That had to be a linesman call. And they just wanted to even this up, I think. It was kind of a strange situation, wasn't it?
It's very strange, because how often do you see an embellishment call when play is stopped? But also, for me, it's just the delay of the call.
There was a delay. I don't think anyone knew what had really happened.
I mean, the delay of the call on Sid. Because it's not like, oh, in real time all this happens. You try to recollect on what just happened. Anyway, we're at 4-on-4 for the next 72 seconds. Carlson down to the far corner in the Flyers zone. Poked away by Ristolainen. And this crowd is into it. Ristolainen up ice, far side of the neutral zone. Comes over the Penguins line in the high slot to Sanheim above the circle. Sent it wide of the net. Bounce off the far corner. Cates tied up by Wotherspoon at the point. Forster comes away with it down the far wall. Went for a centering pass. Carlson cut it off. Pushed into the boards. Forster is along the half wall. Now down to Ristolainen at the circle. Tries to drag and fire a shot. Brings it to the near side. Centering pass went off the skate of Carlson. Luckily, Cates wasn't quite sure where it was. Now he takes it in behind Skinner's net. We got 30 seconds to go in the opening period. Cates dancing around the near corner. Leaves it for Forster. Setting up. A York shot that goes wide off the end boards. Wotherspoon takes it.
Flyers had something cooking there. Just winning battles on puck. Hanging on to the puck. A lot of confusion for the Penguins in coverage also in their own end.
10 seconds to go in the period. Raquel, Flyers zone, far circle, backhand shot, glove save Vladar. He'll drop it for Tippett. 4 seconds to go in the opening period. Stretch pass to Zegras, knocked down by Girard. Zegras still has a near circle, whiffed on the shot as Girard's stick went flying on Zegras' attempt. And the Penguins will take their first lead into an intermission with a 1-0 advantage over the Philadelphia Flyers. There's going to be 47 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey as we begin the second period. And it looked like just now Konechny and Chris Letang connected in the neutral zone as Konechny was heading towards the puck and Letang was heading towards the Penguins bench.
Well, a crazy way to finish that period, too, with those calls to Hathaway and Crosby in that situation. Well, you're right. Some urgency from the Penguins on their power play at the right time. And they generate that first goal and the first lead of the series for the Penguins going into this first intermission. Evgeny Malkin with his second of the series, second of the playoffs. And I'm telling you, though, it's interesting watching these Flyers. They don't go away. The Penguins are going to have to get a little rest and come out and be ready to go and hit it the same way. I still think puck's in behind. You got to play down low. You got to play down in behind their net, Joe. Expecting a big second period here from the Penguins to extend this lead.
That'll come up after Brian Metzer's first intermission report. The Penguins lead the Flyers 1-0 in Game 3 through 20 minutes. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives, life-changing medicine.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Spun around the board, Sid to Brian Ross. Tough angle shot. He scores! Rusty Shakes are back, Pittsburgh.
50% off at the Milkshake Factory.
You heard that right, Pittsburgh. Brian Rust here, letting you know that I'm bringing back Pittsburgh's #1 milkshake. Rusty's Shake is a rich chocolate shake with oven-baked brownies, crushed cookies and cream, and hot fudge topped with whipped cream and a chocolate 17. When you hear this, come down to the Milkshake Factory for half-off shakes.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our first intermission report where the Penguins lead the Flyers 1-0 after one period of play at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, PA. Brian Metzer here with you. And your Pittsburgh Penguins managed 11 shots in that period of play, which surpasses what they had combined in the first periods of this series, where they totaled just 7 shots on Dan Vladar. Well, they got 11, and they got the first goal of the game, their first lead of the series. It came with Sean Couturier in the box for tripping at 3:21. Penguins put together a nice passing sequence that saw Ricard Raquel throw it to Sid up high, who fed Brian Rust down at the goal front, who fed it across to Evgeny Malkin, who buried it for a 1-0 lead. Both teams had some quality chances the rest of the way, but that was the only goal. They combined for 22 shots in the period. Things opened up a bit overall in comparison to what we saw in the first periods of this series so far. And late in the period, Sidney Crosby and Garnet Hathaway both went to the box. Hathaway hit Sid in the face with a stick. Before they even dropped the puck on a face-off, Sid takes the stick to the side of his head and he goes down. The referees call him for embellishment and Hathaway for high sticking. When we come back, a conversation with King Jemison from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and King joins us next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochran Club 1 Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochran.com. #1 Cochran, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
2026-27 Penguin season tickets are on sale now, and you have to be here. Purchase a full or half-season package today to guarantee priority access to 2026 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. These Penguins have flipped the script on expectations for this season.
Finds Crosby, Panther zone, he scores!
Act now to make sure you're here to witness them write the next chapter of their storied history. Visit PittsburghPenguins.com to secure your season membership today.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with a new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Tired of the cold and shoveling snow? Same. This year, make an easy escape from winter by switching to S&T Bank. With online and mobile banking, you are always in control. Set savings goals, track your budget, and transfer funds faster than you can say, "Pina colada, please." With convenient locations and ATMs, we'll make planning your next tropical trip a breeze. Stop by your local S&T branch. Visit stbank.com or call 800-325-2265. Banking made easy so you can spend more time in the sun. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins won, Flyers nothing after 1 at Xfinity Mobile Arena in Game 3 of this opening round series between the Penguins and Flyers. Brian Metzer back here with you, and now joined by our good buddy King Jemison. You know him from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And King, it's a big time for the Penguins when they have their first lead of the series, but your thoughts on what they accomplished in period 1 of this one?
Well, they accomplished what they needed to, which was getting off to a far better start than we've seen so far in this series. I mean, they really carried play in those opening minutes, And then, of course, the power play that had been so bad in the first 2 games, had 3 shots on goal in 7 power play attempts in the first 2 games, was able to score about a minute in. Really, really nice play from Crosby to Russ to Malkin. And it was interesting being here in this wild Philly environment. Couldn't even tell it was scored initially. You know, I saw the pass of Brian Russ to Malkin, and I thought, there's no way he didn't score there. But you couldn't hear a thing. It was just perfectly quiet. No reaction whatsoever. The Pens almost had a delayed reaction too. But we eventually did see that it was indeed a goal and a Penguins lead. And they continue to play decently well after that, I thought, as well.
Yeah, they were on the wrong end of the scoring chance battle. If you look at natural stat trick, I think it was 10-6. But Gino, a couple of milestones on that. He ties Mario Lemieux for most power play goals in franchise history with 29, and he jumps into 13th in NHL history in playoff scoring, passing Brian Trottier. So that's kind of a trend for this season with the big 3 playing in another playoff here. Just like the regular season, it seems like there's milestones every night.
Yeah, there sure are. And I think it was huge for Malkin and Crosby to get going early in this game. I think we've seen Crosby play with a ton of energy early on. We knew that this building would bring the best out of him. Of course, they're booing him every time he touches the puck. The Crosby Sucks chants are loud and proud inside Xfinity Mobile Arena, and I think that's only fueling him so far. His line with Rickard Rakell and Brian Rust has been very, very good in the early going. They were good in the opening minutes of the third period of Game 2, too. So I think it was a smart decision by Dan Muse to roll with that line again. They've delivered, as has the fourth line. Once again, Connor Dewar, Blake Lizotte, and Noel Acciari are making plays.
Yeah, and we are speaking with King Jemison from the Post-Gazette here in Pittsburgh. And I did want to ask you about the lineup changes, and specifically, you know, the fact they put Chinakhov down on the third line. You got Mantha up on the second line, and you talked about what the big guys on the top line have done. Is that a move mainly to try and get Mantha going now? He has 0 playoff goals in 16 games up to this point. Just 6 playoff points, if I'm not mistaken, over those games as well.
Yeah, and he's been pretty invisible in this series, to be honest, besides the attempt that he had at the end of Game 1 that could have tied it. But really haven't noticed him at all. His size has not made a difference in cracking up the Flyers' defense in front of their own net. We know that's not really his game, but you would expect that he could at least make it difficult on that Flyers structure, and he really hasn't. So I think that could be why. It's strange, though, to see Muse turn away from the Malkin, Novak, Chinakhov line that was so good. Clearly their best line for a large stretch of this season. I wonder if he has defensive concerns there. I wonder if, with the way Igor Chinakhov has, I think, struggled as well in this series with the physicality, I wonder if he didn't want to put Malkin and Chinakhov together for defensive concerns there. But, you know, I think maybe it was just sort of to balance those 3 lines. But I did find that to be a strange decision given how good those 3 were in their time together.
Yeah, well, thank you for your insight on that one, because that's kind of where my head was at as well. King, great stuff as always. Really enjoyed the conversation. Enjoy the rest of this one. And, of course, being behind enemy lines, keep your head on a swivel, as the Arm Dog would say.
Oh, you got to watch out. I had an interesting train ride down here before the game. But thank you very much, Brian. Appreciate you.
All right, my friend. Take care. That is King Jemison. Find him on Twitter, X at King_Jemison. Always tremendous stuff from him. When we come back, we'll take a look around the league at some scores, news, and a whole lot more on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is Labatt, brewed for the hockey fans who yell, "Shoot it" from the cheap seats, and scream, "Ref, you suck," like it ever worked. You pound on the glass, spill your beer, and still act like you're running the power play. But hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you and a Labatt in hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt, USA, Buffalo, New York.
Kelly's Riverside Saloon has 350 Labatt Blue bottles during all Penguins games.
What are 2 things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
The best way to follow the Stanley Cup playoffs is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game of every series. Behind-the-scenes playoff content you won't get anywhere else. The most NHL Edge advanced stats, keeping you up to date from round 1 through the Stanley Cup final. When it comes to following the playoffs, don't settle for anything less. The Stanley Cup playoffs are better on the NHL app.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins ahead of the Flyers 1-0 after one period of play. It's their first lead of the series. Brian Metzer back here with you, and I neglected to mention Sidney Crosby also passed Jaromir Jagr on the league's all-time playoff scoring list with 202 points now. Jags is right behind Sid with 201. The Minnesota Wild and Dallas Stars are tied at 1 in their opening round series, and Minnesota will be waiting to find out if they have a couple of guys joining their lineup this evening, as Matt Zuccarello and Yakov Trenin both have been out. Their game time decisions tonight, so we'll keep an eye on that. Adam Henrique is going to miss game 2 of the first round series for the Edmonton Oilers. They have been doing a good job of hanging in there, even with the Ducks shutting down Connor McDavid a bit. But Henrique's a great two-way player for them, and not having him could be an issue. We mentioned the other day that Roope Hintz is going to be out a bit for the Stars. Well, he is now going to be out for until at least game 4, and we won't know exactly if he's going to play after that. So we'll keep an eye on it. But that's, again, a very important player for that team. When we come back here, second period action from Philadelphia. Joe Brand and the Arm Dog, Colby Armstrong, have it for you next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, it's Mike Dern. It is I, Trey Cool. I'm Billy Joe from Green Day, and we built an entire channel for you. Don't want to be an American idiot. Idiot Nation. Punk rock from our point of view. Part history, part discovery, part live. And a whole lot of us. Our channel, Idiot Nation, just arrived.
Channel 314 on most radios and wherever you stream with the SiriusXM app, included with most subscriptions.
24/7 Hockey Talk.
San Jose Sharks, Alex Nedeljkovic. This Celebrini, is he really this good?
The moment's not too big for him, and I think you saw that in the Olympics this year, right? He's playing on the biggest stage with the best players in the world, and he's standing out in a good way. Every single night going forward, too, he's dragging us along and get guys going. You know, that's what great players do.
SiriusXM, NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and on your schedule with the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The flying beauty machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
The playoffs are here.
Back around on the far post of the forehand, and the save made by Swayman.
Draisaitl in front of the goal. Score!
Leaves it. Cagliari out in front. McKinnon scores!
16 teams made the cut.
And only one can bring home the prize.
Now it's McDavid towards the net. Across to Roslovic. Score! For Jarvis, shot on the tee. Score! Caulfield moving in. Shot. Score!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
SiriusXM 91.
And the SiriusXM app.
Because when we score them, we all win.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hockey lives here.
With a shot turned out and poked wide by Aho. He swings a wraparound.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
47 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey will begin this second period, with the Penguins leading the Philadelphia Flyers 1-0 here in Philly. Sidney Crosby in the box for embellishment. Garnett Hathaway in the box for a high sticking penalty. Both happened before they dropped the puck on a face-off in the Flyers zone. Now, the Philadelphia Flyers have picked up to the speed of their game that has them in front of the Penguins 2-0 in this series. 11 shots on goal for each team. The Penguins with a 1-0 lead, but the Flyers are starting to find their rhythm back once again.
Yeah, the Flyers got going to their game. The Penguins helped to feed that a little bit. They've got to be good and smart through the neutral zone. We've been talking about the neutral zone for the first 2 games. The Penguins at times have to live the fight another day and go get pucks. The Flyers picked up the physicality as well. 25 hits to 11 for the Flyers as they've continued to get to the body. But a good lead to go into that intermission with, Joe, and the Penguins get to come out here 4-on-4 to start, yes, but they have a 1-0 lead.
Penguins now attacking from right to left in their road white sweaters with Stuart Skinner in net. The Philadelphia Flyers attacking from left to right in their home orange sweaters. And Dan Vladar in net. If Getty Malkin's power play goal gave him his 15th career in the playoffs against the Philadelphia Flyers, he now ties Sid and the Great One for the most ever in NHL history. Drop of the puck, second period's underway. Opening faceoffs brought to you by number 1 Cochran Club 1 Rewards. Penguins take it back to their own zone. Wotherspoon played it off the end wall. Labatt then sent it back ahead to the defense. Out to the neutral zone, but it's lost. Right back up ahead to Zegras over the Penguins line. Dropped it back for Tippett. He'll sweep it down to the corner. Up to Drysdale. Back to Zegras. Jumped off his stick. Wotherspoon takes it away. Backhand shovels it over to Erik Karlsson. He'll snap it up to Labatt in the neutral zone. Takes it over the Flyers line, over to the near point, and then curls back to the neutral zone. 10 seconds to go, a 4-on-4. Crosby and Hathaway both standing up in the boxes. Chinakhov in the Flyers line. Wrister in and out of the glove of Vladar.
Oh, that was a heater. He ripped that. It hit Vladar high, and it looked like it stung him. And it did. He's down right now. He's trying to get his you-know-what together. That was an absolute... We know how Chinakhov can rip that puck, and he just came... He ripped it at the top of the circles, too. Got into a good area. York tried to stay up and threw his body and stick. That thing had some heat behind it.
Yeah, caught him in the neck almost, it looks like.
And I don't know if he's... I'm trying to watch him here and see how he's doing, but that was an absolute laser beam that he fought off. That stung him.
Crosby's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5 after Sid served what we're led to believe his first ever embellishment call in his Hall of Fame career. This puck goes out of play. Almost a minute gone in this second. Penguins lead 1-0.
Vladar still trying to shake it off, it looks like. He's been good through the first couple games.
Sid wins the draw against Dvorak. Raquel slings it wide of the net.
Vladar did not see that shot.
Tang sends it deep. In behind the net, Sanheim takes it down, pumps it up the wall, and Konechny lets it ride all the way down to the Penguins' end. Touched it, though. No icing. It goes down to the corner. They fight for it in the Penguin zone. It's in between the legs of Letang. Konechny comes away with the near corner. Went for a setup pass off the skate of Rust. Flyers still with it. Sanheim at the far half wall sends it deep. Letang tied up Martoni. Goes down to the ice. Flyers want a call, but we play on. Puck in the near corner. Konechny works it along the end boards. Gets it to Girard, who pitched it back over to Raquel. He'll shovel it ahead to Letang. He's in the neutral zone. Over the Flyers line, his pass to Sid got interrupted, and now the Penguins are offside as Konechny sends a shoulder into Letang, so then Letang sends a shove into Konechny, and I think they're both going to go.
Yeah, they both are. And Chris Letang came in and touched that puck on the offside on purpose, and so they were going to take this face-off all the way down. And right in front of the penalty boxes, Konechny and Letang came together, and it looked like Letang gave him a little shot to the face, and Konechny responded a little bit.
That's 58, Philadelphia 11, 2 minutes, no sportsmanlike conduct.
So no roughing calls by the ref here. Letang got his stick up on Konechny, and Konechny kind of gave him one back, and unsportsmanlike conduct. Both players to the box and a face-off back because of that offside touch-up by Chris Letang that brings, instead of the face-off at the Flyers' blue line, all the way back now into their own zone here.
So we'll have another 2 minutes of 4-on-4 hockey. Still over 18 minutes to go in this second period. Penguins lead 1-0 as Labatt wins the draw.
Pittsburgh penalty number 58, Chris Letang. Flyers penalty number 11, Travis Konecny. Each 2 minutes of unsportsmanlike conduct.
Blake Labatt takes it over the Flyers line, far side, slows down around the circle. Over to Carlson at the point, send it down off the end boards. Vladar sticks it back in behind his cage as Drysdale will handle it. Sends it ahead to Cam York, who brings it up to center ice. Slides it over to Michkov in the Penguin zone. Lost it at the circle, shouldered by Carlson. He comes away with the puck and now skates it up ice. Tries to gallop it to the neutral zone. Slings a pass to Novak near circle. Centering pass. Couldn't connect with Carlson. Just out of his reach. Novak takes the puck away. We get a whistle blown. This is going to be a penalty on the Pens. And it's going to be a trip by Erik Karlsson.
Yeah, it was Novak up over the ice. Novak tied up right now with, it looks like Michkov. There's a Witherspoon. It's Witherspoon tied up with him. Some pushing and shoving now, but it was a kind of a 2-on-2 with Karlsson breaking that puck up ice, finding Tommy Novak wide, entering the Flyers zone, and Novak went for a little pass to Karlsson, driving through the middle.
Pittsburgh, number 65, 2 minutes for tripping.
You get the call there, and after the puck came through out of the reach of Karlsson, he kind of pulled the feet of York out as that play was kind of gone, and it wasn't much of a trip, but enough to knock York down. So we'll get 4-on-3 here. Flyers get a chance at their first power play of this hockey game as well.
The Flyers are also 0 on the power play in this series, 0 for 4. They did come in to the postseason with the worst power play in the NHL, just barely under 16%. They win the draw. Zegras has it in the slot to the circle for Forster. Upstairs to Drysdale. Zegras near circle. Back skates to the corner. Up top, Forster one-timer blocked. Taken by Achari, and he'll slowly dump it on down to the Flyers' end. 1 minute to go of 4-on-3 in favor of the Flyers. And it'll be a traditional power play for Philadelphia. They're in the Penguin zone. Martone at the near point. Down to the corner for Zegras. Thrown into the boards by Witherspoon. Philly still has it. Far circle Forster. One-timer kick save by Skinner.
Well, Zegras was right there looking for a rebound, just missing.
Drysdale high slot. Far circle Forster. Down to the corner. Back to Drysdale. Back to Forster. He takes it to the top of the circle to Drysdale, who back skates to the high slot. Now above the far circle. To the half boards, to the high slot, Martone. Slings, shoulder save, Skinner. Loose puck, in and out of the glove of Skinner. Zegras takes it to the far side. Centering pass, stopped by Achari. Pumped up, not out. Now it gets there, off the skate of Drysdale.
Well, they're lucky that one got out. What a nifty little shot by Martone. A little fake pass delay that opened up that shooting lane. Skinner with a huge save.
45 seconds on the Penguins' PK. Martone denied by Skinner on the backhand attempt. A nifty pass from Sanheim, make it Ristolainen at the far point, who tried to set up Martone, who's looking to score for his third straight game, but Skinner comes away with a big save. He keeps the Penguins up 1-0, 40 seconds to go on their PK.
Yeah, 2 huge saves by Stuart Skinner, and he's done this. He's given his team a chance through the first 2 games, and he's doing it here early in the second period with a 1-0 lead as the Flyers are on the power play. Martone, such a threat. Just driving to the net on this second opportunity, getting that seam pass through. He's right on the doorstep of Stuart Skinner, trying to go to the backhand, and Stuart Skinner just got out and swallowed that up. It's interesting watching Stuart Skinner in warm-ups, right, Joe? Pumping all kinds of music and tunes, and he's bouncing his head, getting in the zone. And he's been real good for the Penguins here in the playoffs.
He's easily been the most consistent and the most reliable and the most composed, too. Even talking with him in and off the bus. He just seems to be his own same self as he plays the puck in behind his net. Worked up the far wall. Labatt gets trucked along by Owen Tippett, but the Penguins are still able to clear it down.
Yeah, Owen Tippett, a hard play by Labatt in that situation with Tippett bearing down on him. He took a hit to make a play.
10 seconds to go on the Penguins' PK. Michkov in the Penguins zone, tied up by Shea, still has it behind the net. Dewar cuts off the pass, but they work it up to Konecny, near point. High slot Sanheim, far circle Tippett, slings one high and wide of the net. Carlson's out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Penguins are 1 for 1 on the PK. Flyers still with it. Rink-wide pass. Goes to Drysdale. Pump on net. Saved by Skinner. Another attempt. Stopped by Stuart Skinner at the top of his crease. And now Brian Rust takes down Travis Konechny in behind the Penguins' cage. And there's all sorts of chaos.
And gloves are off. Brian Rust has Konechny pinned. And away from that, there's more scrums going on. And Brian Rust is incensed on top of Konechny down by the side of the net. Linesman trying to break it up. Rust wants at him bad. But a shot from his back down. And Duer's throwing punches now with Michkov. And it looks like Michkov has dropped his gloves with Duer. And I think the linesman's saying we already got a possible fight here with Rust dropping one of his gloves. Konechny and Rust look like they might. Konechny wants to go with Brian Rust. Konechny throwing off his gloves on Brian Rust right now, and the linesmen are all in there as Brian Rust skates away. Chaos after Stuart Skinner made 4 saves in a row to keep the Flyers off the scoreboard, and all kinds of physicality and chaos breaks loose down around Stuart Skinner's net.
It was Konechny trying to get the last shot on Skinner, who was at the top of his crease, made the biggest save of the sequence, and then he skated to the side of the net. That's when Rust took him down, and it was Rust on top of Konechny.
Konechny went to throw a little elbow on him as he had him wrapped up, and Rust snapped. Absolutely snapped. He was like a grizzly bear on him. Konechny's at him on the box right now at Brian Rust. You can see him yapping Brian Rust up in the penalty box as well. Konechny just going crazy on Brian Rust down there right now. And Rust got the better of him. He was on top of him, just giving it to him.
Konechny had his nose pressed against the glass, chirping at Brian Rust, and now he's halfway out the penalty box door, chirping at either the officials or Crosby.
And Brian Rust sitting calmly in the penalty box. He's having a few words back at him, but he's much calmer. Konechny incensed down there in the penalty box. Yeah, it was all just a shot from the flank with a rebound. Konechny had a great chance in front. Stuart Skinner swallowed up that rebound attempt as well, and then everything just happened. Ryan Shea in the mix, Carlson in the mix, Sammy Girard in the mix. But it was Brian Rust and Konechny, and when they got up, they're showing it on the board right now. Konechny flashing the gloves at Brian Rust. Everything's kind of broke up. He wants to fight Brian Rust, and Rust just calmly skates away, and Konechny's still going crazy.
They're also showing the replay on the video board. I think the fans can read his lips.
Flyers, Penguins, Battle of Pennsylvania.
The greatest show in town. There's still 15:27 of the second period to go.
After all of it, it looks like it'll just be Rust and Konechny getting the penalties here. And Stuart Skinner out of his mind here to start this second period. Multiple saves. Keeping this game 1-0. Lost in all the craziness of Penguins Flyers. Stuart Skinner standing tall.
15 saves tonight, and the 15th was the biggest one. The officials now talking to Rick Tocchet over on the Flyers bench. Everyone just slowly skating over the ice right now, looking to stay loose.
And the referee, Jake Brank, over by the scorekeeper's desk there. Looks like he's trying to sort out what just happened. Get everything cleared up. We've got penalties up on the board. Brian Rust, 2 minutes. Nothing on the Flyers side yet with Konechny. Michkov now being ushered into the penalty box. And the Flyers all milling over towards the penalty box as well. Sanheim stepping into the penalty box for the Flyers as well.
And whatever long discussion they had with Rick Tocchet, they're now giving to Dan Hughes.
Dvorak in the penalty box as well.
Boy.
Here we go. The Flyers penalty box is full. 4 guys in there now. And Konechny is still yelling at Brian Rust, the lone Penguin by himself. And Rust is giving it right back to him.
Yeah, if anyone knows a good contractor in Philadelphia, they need more space in the penalty box. As the official's talking with Dan Muse, Ben Kindle is getting a little animated with the official. Because I'm guessing a few Penguins are going to head to the box.
Yeah, they got their sheet. It's like going to the principal's office. You, and you. Out of here. And here come the Penguins. What is this? Tommy Novak, it looks like. I don't know how involved he was.
Right.
Maybe just delivering a little message. Oh, he's got to get his helmet fixed. Brian Rust looks like he lost a buckle on his helmet. He'll get that over to the bench to get repaired. John Taglianetti has the tools out as Dan Muse and the officials try to sort out the Penguins that will now have to filter over. No, Tommy Novak is in the penalty box now. Brian Rust and Novak in there. There's 5 Flyers to 2 Penguins. And here come the rest of the Penguins.
Here's the call. As Dewar replaces Novak.
Penalties on the play. Pittsburgh 17 has a 4-minute roughing. Everybody else has a 2-minute roughing. Philadelphia power play for 2 minutes.
Well, there's the nuts and bolts of it.
So are there guys leaving the box now? Dvorak's out of the box. What's going on down here? Novak was in the box. He got out. Dewar came in. Rust is still in there. Through all of this, got his helmet repaired. There was 5 Flyers in the box. Now it appears, is there 3 now?
Looks like there's 3.
There's like literally no one on the Flyers bench.
And Erik Karlsson is joining.
Now Dvorak back in
the Penguins penalty box. So is Ryan Shea.
So everyone on the ice got roughing. And Brian Rust got the extra. So through all of this, it'll be a power play for the Flyers due to the extra to Brian Rust, who gave it to Travis Konechny on the ice.
Yeah, in the box, it's Karlsson, Dewar, Shea, Rust, and now Justin Brazeau.
He's serving.
The unfortunate thing about this is that's a lot of the Penguins' PK.
I think Brazeau is serving that extra penalty to Rust. Rust will have to sit in there for 4 minutes. And they're still going at it down in the box. It hasn't stopped. 5 Penguins in the box. They're going, why are you in here, to Brazeau? He said, I'm serving the penalty. The extra penalty that Rust took.
Yeah, Brazeau's the +1 right now.
And Dan Muse is still looking for clarification, and Mike Stothers in there as well.
The players are all set up for the face-off, but 2 of the officials are talking in front of the Penguins bench, and now Sam Girard is coming over to the penalty box.
And Ryan Shea leaves. Must have been that paper they had with the numbers written down. Must have just been chaos.
Hope they used a pencil.
It looks like they still haven't straightened it out yet. They're coming back over. They want Shea. They want Shea back in the box. So here he comes again. Now the players are letting the refs know about their frustration. Who's got penalties? Who's supposed to be in here and who's not? They're getting on the headset now to make sure they get it all right. There's no room for Ryan Shea to even go in there. He's just standing on the ice outside the penalty box. And the players taking the ice now to keep their legs loose.
One of the officials just had a headset on. He took it off. Shea will go in the penalty box, but again, there's no room for anyone to sit. So it's Karlsson and Shea standing up in the box right now. Again, the Philly penalty box is packed as well. There's 5 guys in there. But the Penguins are shorthanded for the next 2 minutes.
There's 6 guys in the Penguins box with Brazeau, and they're serving it. I mean, these penalty boxes are legit packed.
So we finally resume play. But again, the Penguins are now shorthanded. Philly wins the draw. They dump it down to the Penguins' end far corner. Worked along the end boards. Martone shovels it along the near wall. Rosado taking up ice to the neutral zone. He's got a Chari to his right. Closed off. Shot on net. It's wide. Over to the far side as Cates will collect out to the neutral zone. Flyers in the Penguins' end. Cates high slot. Slings a wrister. Shoulder save. Skinner. Loose puck in the circle. Second attempt is blocked by the Pens. Wotherspoon tries to clear it. Philly takes it back. It's Zegras near half wall. Down to the circle. Up above it. High slot. One-timer. Drysdale loose. Saved by Skinner. Second attempt. Kicked over to the far corner. Martone's got it. Drysdale high slot. Near circle Zegras. One-timer scores. Trevor Zegras scores Philly's first power play goal of the playoffs after leading the team during the regular season. He slammed the glass in front of the Flyers penalty box after he ties this game up at 1. 14:42 to go in the first.
Now Martone and Wotherspoon all tied up around the Penguins bench after this goal celebration. And Stuart Skinner with like 3 saves prior to that goal. Bodies in traffic all around him. That one, a flank shot once they got it set up to the glove side, the left side of Stuart Skinner. A one-timer from Trevor Zegras, short side, top corner pass. Stuart Skinner. And they've got themselves a power play goal and have tied this game up at 1. And then some more nastiness after and chaos here. Upon the goal celebration for the Flyers. Crosby's at center ice waiting to drop the puck. The Flyers slowly filtering out.
So after no power play goals were scored in the first 2 games, both teams get their first power play goal here in Game 3. We're tied at 1, 14.5 to play in the second period. Meanwhile, both penalty boxes are very much occupied.
And the benches are very empty. And here we go. Sealer on the back of Crosby. Puck right in front of the Flyers bench was just tied up in a cage match a little bit there. They couldn't get it loose. Finally blow the whistle. Well, if there'd be more chaos off of that, but cooler heads prevail. No, here we go. Sealer came in, and they're going to get him. It's cross-checking penalty to Sealer on that pileup. I saw him come in there, and they're giving him a cross-check. You see the replay on that. They were all kind of bunched up in front of the box. There was a battle for the puck. Raquel was all over it. There's one cross-check from Sealer. I'm unsure if that's the one. Crosby went to get involved and engaged in there. And Sealer did pop him with a cross-check. It was a pretty hard cross-check, actually, seeing the replay.
Let's see if the Penguins can continue the power play success. Malkin sends one wide of the net. On the power play are the Pens, with Sealer in the box for cross-checking. It's chopped out to the neutral zone. Raquel will race it down. With Rust in the box, Ben Kindle replaces him on this top power play unit. As Malkin taps it to Raquel. Back to Malkin over the neutral zone. Slings it down to the Flyers end. Took a hard check into the near boards. Rimmed up to the near corner. Cut off by Kindle as Crosby's pass goes off of Raquel's stick. Out to the neutral zone comes Couturier. He's got Glendening to his left. Chips it towards the slot. Shot fired. It's blocked. And popped up, skimmed the netting out of play. 13:47 to go in this second period. We're tied up at 1. Penguins on the power play for the next 81 seconds.
Playoff hockey, just chaos between these two teams. And Crosby had the puck on the power play there off a battle where they finally got it back. And Crosby went to push it to the point from down low to up high to center point. It hit Raquel, decided to play it. It hit his stick, and they got off to the races, did the Flyers. And a good move to cut inside by Couturier. Was blocked and fought off by the Penguins back checking.
1:15 to go on the Penguins' power play. Letang flips it back to Ricard Raquel. Letang replacing Carlson on this top power play unit as Kindle takes it over the Flyers line, but got it stripped from Forster. They'll bring it the other way for Philly. Softly dump it down to the Penguins' end far corner. Cates races after it along the end boards. Letang sends Cates into the boards. Penguins take it the other way. Kindle with some speed. Chips it over to Crosby over the Flyers line. Try to get it back to Raquel. Kicked away by Philly. Kindle gets it to Crosby up to Letang. Far point. High slot. Shovels it to Crosby. Far circle to Malkin. Far point. Letang. Shot pass. Just wide of the net on the redirection. Kindle at the far circle looking for Raquel. Pass goes to his feet. It's pitched up to the high slot. Malkin again. Far circle to Kindle. Near circle. Wrister. Fought off by Vladar. Kindle at the near corner. Sweeps it up to Letang, near point. 20 to go on the Penguins' power play. Kindle in the circle. Over to Malkin, far circle. Hung on to it. Letang, high slot. To Kindle. One-timer, didn't get all of it. Raquel sends it back to Kindle at the half boards. Above the circle to Malkin inside of it. 9 to go on the power play. Cross-ice pass went off Kindle's stick. Crosby collects at the corner. And behind the net to Kindle. Shoveled up to Crosby. Pitched up to Letang, far point. Sealers out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. Crosby to Raquel. Fired. Fought off by Vladar.
That might have hit Ben Kindle in front. That's that little pop play that the Penguins love to do with Raquel popping into that spot. He got a good shot off. I think it got blocked by Kindle, who was net front. Good job by the Penguins to get puck retrievals on that power play and get multiple chances off of it.
12 to go in the second period. Penguins and Flyers still tied up at 1. Letang gets leveled into the boards by Tippett. And behind Skinner's net. They've come alive here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Never mind. Drysdale kept it alive. Sent it deep. Tippett couldn't handle it. Letang plays keep away as he took a high check from Tippett, but got it to Wotherspoon and behind Skinner's net. Under 12 to play in this second period. We're tied up at 1 after Trevor Zegras connected on a power play goal. Malkin's power play goal in the first. The only difference is Couturier cuts it off in the Penguins zone, brings it to the near half wall, but the Penguins poke it out to center ice. Both penalty boxes are at pretty much full capacity. 5 guys in each box right now.
I imagine they'll get out after the next whistle.
Couturier over the Penguins line, snaps it to Hathaway. He pumps one stick save. Skinner over to the far corner. Glendening plays the rebound. To Juleson, who tried to send it deep in the circle. Couturier, tough angle shot, fought off by Skinner on the shoulder. Glendening near half wall. Centering pass went off the far post.
Tipped by Couturier right in front, little shot pass.
They find Ristolainen near circle. Rister, he scores. Rasmus Ristolainen sneaks it through the 5-hole of Stuart Skinner. And he gives the Flyers their first lead of the night. It's 2-1 Philly with 11 to play in the second.
All kinds of pressure by Philly on that shift. I mean, Sean Couturier has been an absolute horse for the Flyers through games 1 and 2 and here in game 3. His shot tip hit the post. Flyers were just on it. Puck retrievals here, 5-on-5. And they work to get it back. Ristolainen just walks down to the left side of the Penguins' defensive zone. Gets to the dot and just buries it 5-hole.
So an already energetic crowd here at Xfinity Mobile Arena gets more reason to explode.
11-2 shots in this period for the Flyers. They taken advantage of some momentum swings for themselves, a power play goal, and then just staying on the body, staying on the pucks. And they're rewarded with the second goal by Ristolainen with a hard shift from their fourth line. And now have the lead in Game 3.
Everyone's out of the penalty box, so both rosters are at full availability. And the Flyers trying to take it into the Penguin zone in the stick of Porter Martone. It was kicked away. Penguins take it back. Ryan Shea snaps it up to the neutral zone. Dewar couldn't handle the pass. Philly kicks it back the other way. It's Dvorak near half wall, down to the corner. Centering pass goes over to the far circle. High slot Drysdale. Rister goes down low, fought off by Skinner on a tough angle shot in the near corner. Blake Lizotte scurries it out to the neutral zone, chips it ahead. Dewar trying to get it around York. Carlson knocks it down at the half boards. Kicked it down to the corner as Lizotte looked to keep it away from Dewar. Sent it up and Martone takes it. Out to center ice that Ryan Shea will collect. Short pass intended for Carlson. Almost taken away by Philly. Now Carlson has it through the neutral zone. Cuts on and in the slot. Shot cut wide. Grabs the rebound. Tough angle shot. Hit the near side of the cage. Lizotte at the corner. Plays it up along the wall. Tied up as Rust is all tied up with Drysdale right now. York comes away with it. Far side. Flips it off the boards. Out to the point. Letang can't handle it. Raquel a slingshot and a glove save by Dan Vladar to keep the Flyers ahead 2-1. We've got 9:44 to go in the second, and Philly has taken the lead. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all of the electrical and telecommunications needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBW will be here to stand by you for all of your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
Penguins now trailing Philly 2-1 as we've got 9:44 to go in the second period. A power play goal by Trevor Zegras evened up the score, and then Rasmus Ristolainen rips one past Stuart Skinner to give the Flyers their first lead of the night.
Chaotic second period, all kinds of penalties and craziness, and the Flyers thriving in that environment right now.
As Philly clears it out of their zone, the Penguins reset at center ice. They get it down to Raquel at the corner. Tough angle shot, pad save Vladar. Rebound taken by Konechny. He'll bring it the other way for Philly over the Penguins line to the far point. Kicked out to center ice, but the Flyers dump it back in. Now Letang's got it. Stretch pass ahead to Raquel. He gets it to Crosby. Little give and go. Raquel, far circle. Rister got deflected. Goes over to the near wall, and now it's taken by Dvorak. He'll bring it the other way for the Flyers. Shovels it over the Penguins' net. Off the end boards it goes, and it's played off the cage by Connor Clifton. Rimmed along the near wall. As Novak cut it off, then got tied up into the boards by Hathaway. Still fighting for the puck in front of the Flyers' penalty box as it shipped over to Raquel, now kicked over the Penguins' line. Down to the near corner. Lipton as Gerard sends a hard check into Hathaway. Worked up the near wall. Julesen's got it. Drags, hangs. Far point now for Sealer. Wrister, they score.
This is that fourth line for the Flyers again. Just going to work. They won a battle in the neutral zone, and they didn't do anything pretty or fancy. They just got it in deep. Hathaway and Couturier took off after it. A big hit down low by Gerard, but Couturier is there to pick up that puck. And then they got three guys to the net. Over to Sealer. It's worked up top and through traffic, all kinds of traffic. Glendening tied up with Gerard. Couturier's there. Hathaway up top. It gets by Brian Rust, the shot from Sealer, and it's kind of cross-body. From that left point, cross-body, high glove on Stuart Skinner. And this fourth line has done damage to the Penguins here through 3 games. And another 5-on-5 goal for them here. 3 goals for the Flyers in the second period.
8:40 to go in the second. As Malkin takes it over the Flyers line, backhand chips it, it rims over to the near corner. Novak fighting for him. Mantha shovels it up to Shea. He'll sling a wrister, fought off by Vladar. Novak grabs the rebound, wraparound, tried to Malkin, never got through. Drysdale cut it off.
I thought if Tommy Novak wrapped that around, that might have gone in and had him. No, Vladar was scrambling.
Ryan Shea muscles it alive in the Flyer zone. It's rimmed over to the far corner. Malkin races after it. Cut it off from Jamie Drysdale. Tumbled to the near corner, but it rolled past Mantha. To the near corner. Zegras gets it up the wall. Wotherspoon cuts it off. Malkin to Mantha. Fired. Saved by Vladar. 8 minutes to go in the second period, and the Flyers now have a 2-goal lead. It's 3-1 Philly. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Throughout the NFL Draft, the experts of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio will tell you which rookies you need to select.
He's got the skills to be a Christian McCaffrey type out of the backfield. That's how good Jeremiah Love is.
Who will be the next fantasy football star?
You need a quarterback in rookie drafts. Fernando Mendoza. He's a back-end first-round selection in 1 quarterback leagues.
Hear pick-by-pick analysis from a fantasy football perspective. Live coverage begins tomorrow at 8 Eastern on Channel 87 and the SiriusXM app. There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning. It's hockey talk all day, and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
Join me, Scott Laughlin, and Gord Stellick, along with former NHLer Mike Johnson for NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings, 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
Building the future takes grit, and no one does grit like Pittsburgh. EQT is ready to unleash the build and power America's next big win. Well, the Penguins are looking for some extra grit to power through this adversity right now. It's 3-1 Philly. 7:58 to go in the second period. And the Flyers outscoring the Penguins 3-0 in this second period, outshooting them 12-5. And they lead in the hits category as well, 28-15.
Oh, they're definitely using the physicality and tenacity on pucks to get after the Penguins. Good pushback shift just recently, heading into that break, and a good chance by Mantha. Vladar swallowed that up, and we'll see if they can get something cooking here. The Penguins have to start dictating and tilting the ice a little bit of their own here in the second.
Flyers take it after the draw. They sweep it out to the Penguin zone. Carlson races it down off the far wall. Worked over to the near corner for Parker Wotherspoon. He'll skate it up ice, find Chinikov over the Flyers line. Far circle, tracks towards the crease, but stripped away from York. Worked up the far wall. Konechny pokes it, but Kindle cut it off to Brazeau. Fires blocked. Far side, Chinikov tried to tuck it home, but Vladar makes the save. And now Kindle slammed into the boards. Justin Brazeau takes 2 Flyers with each of his hands and pries them off the rookie.
Yeah, Ben Kindle did a good job jumping on a loose puck and making a pretty slick pass off the half wall in the offensive zone to Brazeau in the middle. Just unable to get all of it on that shot. It may have been deflected, just missing the net. Vladar swallowed it up. Kindle crashing the net, gets into it with York. We're going to have that push. Going to have that physical push. The Penguins got to bear down here. And this second period has been the blueprint for the Flyers, is physicality, forecheck, and getting after the Penguins. And it's worked.
Flyers win the draw, wheel it up the near boards, out to center ice. Couturier's got it, will take it over the Penguins line and chip it over the far wall. Sanheim down to the corner and behind Skinner's net, works it up to the near side. Ristolainen, who scored the most recent goal, taps it downstairs. Glendening in behind Skinner's net, brings it to the far corner. Taken into the boards by Girard, but Couturier still with it. Now Letang trying to send Hathaway into the wall. They jab at the puck in behind Skinner's net. Letang escaped it out to Crosby. He'll find it to Rust in the neutral zone. Slings it off the near boards, chips and chases. Ristolainen kept it away from Raquel. Whiffed on a clearing attempt, but the Flyers still working up the far wall as Couturier gets taken down by Connor Clifton. As the Penguins fight for the puck in the far corner. 6:45 to go in this second. It's 3-1 Philly. Along the far wall, Raquel jabs at it. He and Brian Rust trying to kick the puck free. It's finally loose, but on the stick of Ristolainen.
A little battle along the boards. Everyone kind of tied up in there. The ice shrinks and the Flyers come out with the puck.
Ristolainen skates up ice over the Penguins line, chips it down to the near corner. Clifton evades a hard check from Denver Barkey. Ryan Shea taps it up the near wall. McCates keeps it alive. Worked it up to the point and then shoveled it down the wall, but Tommy Novak takes it away. Slides it to Malkin, far side. Couldn't get it over the Flyers line. Had to pitch it back to Clifton. He'll swing it back over to Malkin using the far boards and couldn't get it past Cates. Lizotte will try to carry it that way. As Lizotte is tied up by Barkey in front of the Penguins bench, it's loose in the neutral zone. Under 6 minutes to play in this second. Still 3-1 Philly. Jabbed at in between the benches. Pulled out by Noah Juleson. And now we get a whistle blown.
And we're going to have a couple penalties here. Or just one. It looks like Evgeny Malkin. Yep, 2 guys. Once again, tied up right in front of the Flyers bench, almost between the Penguins and Flyers bench on that wall. And the Flyers have done a good, they're taking this game to the alley. Right where they want to be and making it hard on the Penguins. They've turned the game here in the second.
We'll take this game to the break. 3-1, the Flyers lead, 5:40 to go in the second. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
And two more penalties to this second period of Getty Malkin's in the box for cross-checking. Matvey Michkov is in the box for embellishment. We've got two embellishment calls in this second period. I should say in this hockey game. Sids was in the first. Well, the Flyers with a 3-1 lead over the Penguins. 5:40 to go in the second period. After Evgeny Malkin's goal in the first, Trevor Zegras tied things up. Rasmus Ristolainen gave the Flyers the lead, and Nick Seeler has the most recent goal, giving the Flyers a 2-goal lead. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes once again. In behind the Penguins' net, Chinakhov comes away with it, slings it over to the far corner that Ben Kindle will take. Out to the neutral zone for Erik Karlsson. Tried to chip it ahead to Chinakhov, but couldn't get it past Trevor Zegras. He'll take it the other way over the Penguins' line. Karlsson will swipe the puck right back from Zegras. Surveys the area. Stretch pass ahead to Chinakhov over the Flyers' line in the circle. Drags and fires well wide of the net. Long rebound to the far half wall. Wotherspoon kicked it to the corner. And now Drysdale pokes it up the far wall. York collects, sends it up that wall to Zegras. He's got it in the neutral zone. Rink wide pass to Tippett. Penguin zone. Drop back pass to Zegras above the near circle. Curls around at the point. Whiffed on a pass. Now Raquel will take it the other way. He's got Letang to his right over the Flyers line. Raquel drags and passes, and a sprawled out Ristolainen cut off the pass. Now Kindle finds Gerard. High slot. He'll get it to the far circle. Letang walks in. Fires. Fought off by Vladar. Rebound to the far half wall, and Trevor Zegras chops it out to the neutral zone. 4:35 to play in the second. Penguins down 3-1. Here's Gerard in the Flyer zone. Wrister, glove save, Vladar. He's down on the ice, and it's kicked out to the neutral zone.
He had no clue where that was. Flyers on a line change. Sam Gerard just went right up the middle of the ice.
Now he can't keep the puck away from Philly in the Penguins zone. Down to the far corner it goes. Raquel will escape it out to Gerard, though. He's got Crosby, rink wide, but he'll take it over the Flyers line. Send it over to the far corner. Crosby plays it off the boards. Snapped it to Gerard. High slot. Got it to Karlsson. Along the blue line to the near point. He'll drag. Wrister high of the net. Over to the far half wall. Dvorak collects. Penguins will retreat back. Little 2-on-2 here to a 3-on-3. Konechny high slot. Drags over to the near circle. Sanheim got it on his offhand. Over to Drysdale. Jumped off his skate. Novak hunting for the puck, but the Flyers take it away. 3:40 to go in this second. Penguins are down by 2. Michkov and Malkin out of the boxes. We're back to 5-on-5. Penguins cough it up. It's Forster in the slot to the near circle. Drags. Wrister fought off by Skinner.
That thing seemed like it had eyes off Forster's stick, just hitting Skinner.
Malkin brings it over to the far wing. Pitched it up to Novak. Little dump and chase, but he couldn't get to the puck. Closed off by Cates and York. It squeaked over the Flyers' blue line. And now out to the neutral zone. Malkin takes the loose puck. Couldn't pass it away from Hathaway. Final 3 minutes of the second period. Penguins down 3-1. Karlsson ahead to Lizotte. Cruises over the Flyers line. Near side. Slings it down the boards. Over to the far corner. As Achari will try to chip it along the end wall, but it's taken by Couturier. He works it up the far side. Got it to Hathaway. Now Glendening, Penguin zone, crashing towards the net. Couldn't get a shot off. He was closed off from Wotherspoon. So Wotherspoon crunches him into the boards. Fighting for the puck in behind the Penguin net. Poked up to the far side. Sealer's got it. Up to Couturier. High slot. Juleson near circle. Slows down, brings it back to the point, and rims it along the boards. To the far side, Achari got in front of Sealer for the puck. Tried to work it off the wall, but still can't get it past Sealer. We've got 2:25 to go in this second. Still 3-1 Philly. Penguins have it back on the stick of Wotherspoon. He'll bring it up to the neutral zone. Sling it down to the Flyers' end from in between the penalty boxes. It tumbles to the far half wall as Letang got it to Achari. Jumped off his stick, though. Forster tried to shovel it out. Down to the ice is Achari. Gets back up to the ice and keeps the puck away from Zegras, who was missing a stick. Mantha trying to feed Ben Kindle in the high slot, but the pass was out of his reach.
Good job by Noel Achari to stay on that puck and battle.
Now the Flyers take it back on a stolen away pass. Gerard cuts off a shot attempt from Tippett. Mantha feeds Kindle in the Penguins zone. We've got 1:45 to go in this second. Penguins down by 2. Kendall in the Flyers zone, rips a shot on net, glove save Vladar, and it stays 3-1 Philly with 1:42 to go in the second.
Well, the Penguins are going to have to find a way to push into this game. The Flyers have kind of turned this game with just hard work and physicality. In on forechecks, winning puck battles, and getting things working from there. I'm trying to think back to that Brian Rust Konechny wrestling match / brawl down by the side of the net that seemed to awaken this Flyers team here in the second period.
They scored a power play goal to tie things up after that, and then have had the last 2 goals for a 3-1 lead. 1:35 to go in the second period. Joust for the puck as it's swept out to the neutral zone. Parker Wotherspoon will take it away. Head to Carlson in the Penguin zone still. Chipped out to the neutral zone, off the stick of Sid. Down to the Flyers end it goes. Near corner, Ristolainen kicks it over to the far side. Carlson able to work it along the boards to Crosby. Pitched up to Wotherspoon. Trying to get it back to Sid. Off the skate of a Flyer. Rakell towards the net. Kicked out by Vladar somehow.
It just hit Vladar. What a play to Rust.
Rakell again looking for a centering pass. It goes all the way to the far boards. Carlson loaded up for a one-timer. Instead passes it to Sid in the corner. Carlson far point. Under a minute to go in the second. Wotherspoon. Wrister blocked by Ristolainen. His stick is shattered. Penguins still with it. Crosby up top to Carlson. 45 seconds to go in the second period. Carlson will rim it around the boards. Crosby leaves it to the near point for Wotherspoon. Snaps it over to Carlson, far point. Down to Crosby at the corner, at the circle. Back up to Wotherspoon, high slot, 35 in the period. Soft pass to Rust, back to Wotherspoon, near point, down to 30. High slot Carlson, brings it to the near side. Slows down at the half boards. At the point, 25 to go in the period. Rust in the near circle, curls around, cuts through Ristolainen. Backhand, tried to make a move. It's kicked out by Vladar and cleared out by Philly.
It was laying there, and Crosby just couldn't reach it. The Flyers swooped in and grabbed it wide open.
Now Konechny steals the puck, 3-on-1, centering pass fought off by Skinner. 4 seconds to go in the period. Flyers with a tough angle shot. Skinner the save, under 2 seconds to go. 3-1 Philly. And after the Penguins had a long shift in the Flyers' end, tried everything that they could to get back within a goal, the Flyers nearly grabbed a 3-goal lead.
The Penguins finally settled into an offensive zone shift and kind of had the Flyers stopped with their pressure. And worked it around. Ristolainen with a 2-pad stack save that snapped his stick, and Brian Rust took advantage of that, walking in off that left flank. Got it all the way into the blue paint, and they cleared it the other way, and then got a great chance of their own. It's the fourth line again off of that rush quickly, and Couturier and Stuart Skinner with a huge blocker save in the dying seconds here.
Stuart Skinner continues to come up with big saves despite his team trailing. Puck in the far circle. There's the horn. And that'll end this adventurous second period. And unfortunately, it went the Flyers' way. A power play goal by Trevor Zegras to tie things up. 2 more, one by Ristolainen, another by Nick Seeler. The Philadelphia Flyers with a 3-1 lead as we head to the third period of Game 3. The Penguins already down in the series, 2-0.
Yeah, the Flyers came alive in this period, there's no question. And some rough stuff, a ton of penalties. They're fully involved. Konechny still out there on the ice chirping at Chris Letang and Brazeau as he's heading off. The Flyers want that game, and they dictated it. That fourth line of theirs just went to work. I mean, they're getting pucks in behind, and they're pounding bodies. And they're coming up with loose pucks, and they're getting great opportunities towards the net off of just hard work and winning those kinds of battles right now here in the second period. Nice gut check time here coming into the third.
We'll see what's in store for the Penguins through the next 20 minutes. Before we get there, Brian Metzer has our second intermission report as you're listening to the Penguins Radio Network presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochran Club 1 Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at Club 1 number1rewards.cochran.com. Number One Cochran, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our second intermission report, where the Penguins find themselves in a hole 3-1 after 2 periods of play at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Brian Metzer here with you in our Penguins Radio Network studios. And when you look back over that second 20 minutes of action, it might be one that we look back on with a lot of dismay, because the Penguins had a 1-0 lead heading into the period. And unfortunately, they're outscored 3-0 in that period and just were in the box a ton. Both sides were, actually. But unfortunately, whenever all players on the ice went to the box at 4:33 for roughing calls, Brian Rust ended up with an extra penalty for a conflict that he had with Travis Konechny. And in that moment, Trevor Zegras got his first of the playoffs and celebrated like it was 1999. Drysdale and Martone got themselves the assists on that power play goal at 5:18. And then from there, they were off and running. The physicality was on display. A bunch of other stuff was going on. But Rasmus Ristolainen, who's usually known for knocking people around, scored a big goal, his first in the playoffs, from Juleson and Couturier at 9:06, taking a pass on the right wing and coming down and beating Stu Skinner through the 5-hole. Might be one that Stu would want back. Then Nick Seeler scores one through traffic at 11:18, his first of the playoffs from Juleson and Couturier again. And that's where we stand in terms of the scoring. The shots on goal in the period were 15-7 in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers, and they're out shooting the Penguins now 25-18. 1 period to go. We'll see what the Penguins can do to turn it all around. Joined next by Colby Armstrong to break it all down for us. We'll talk some pucks with him next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Hockey's not just a game. It's a clash of sticks. It's sprays of ice and crazy saves. It's slap shots and the scrape of blades. It's an endless series of touch-and-go moments that make you feel alive. Through the highs and lows, you march your way down the long road to the playoffs alongside your team, with your jersey on and your heart on your sleeve, because they couldn't do it without you. And when you're there for your team, the NHL store is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
Penguins trail the Flyers 3-1 after 2 at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Brian Metzer here with you, and now joined by the ARM DOGG Army. Just your thoughts on what we witnessed. That period was kind of a departure from what we saw in period 1, where the Penguins looked like they were starting to find some footing in this series, and now find themselves in a situation where maybe one period for the season, even though there's a long way to go in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Flyers cranked it up. I mean, they cranked up the physicality and the tenacity on pucks. And, once it got nasty there, it was crazy. 5 guys in the box for the Flyers and 6 in there as Brazeau came in to serve the extra penalty to Rust. All caught up with Konechny. And, after all that was done, it seemed like the Flyers kind of fed off of that. It incensed them, and they got back to being physical. The Flyers' fourth line is a problem right now in this series. Couturier is a problem in on the forecheck with Hathaway and Glendening, and they're getting in on the forecheck. They're being physical. They're being hard to play against. And I'll tell you what, the Flyers have that tenacity going right now. The Penguins are going to have to decide, hey, are we going to play this kind of game, or are we going to dig in and win some of these battles? And I wouldn't say play their game, but kind of counter it with a little bit of their own. And they put the Penguins on their heels, a power play goal and a couple 5-on-5 goals. And here we are now as they battle back in the second period.
Well, I'm glad that, you've been giving credit to that fourth line, and rightly so, because they've been so instrumental for the Flyers. And I had a feeling coming into this that Sean Couturier was going to play a role simply based on the fact that if anyone on that roster was hungry to slay the Penguins, it had to be him. It's been a battle for his whole career, and I know he's kind of a bottom 6 guy for them now, but he is a big player for them. He has pushed the buttons of the Penguins for years, and I think that's been a big part of why the fourth line's been so good.
Yeah, it has. And look, he's good in face-offs as well. Dictating. He looks huge on the ice, too, by the way. Like, it just looks like a monster of a guy. And obviously has found a role down on that fourth line that he's thriving in right now. And former Selke winner many years ago, dealing with injuries, but is shining right now for the Flyers as their captain here in this first round, games 1, 2, and 3 as a major difference maker. We've forever and all season long talked about our fourth line for the Penguins, but it's their fourth line that's getting it done for them.
Army, what do you think they need to do to find a way to get back in this hockey game? I know it's only a 2-goal deficit. They've overcome deficits like that a ton this season, but this is a different animal when you get in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, it is. And it's just countering those swings, right? And it took them forever here through the second period to get any play down in the offensive zone and momentum going. Couple opportunities, and Vladar made a save. He had no clue where it was the one time. The Penguins have done a better job of the other 2 games here in Game 3 at getting chances and getting quality chances in and around. Even Brian Rust taking that puck in the late dying seconds of the period to Crosby almost getting that rebound as Rust kind of walked it into the blue paint off that flank. And right now I think it's just gut check time. It's hard work. It's going to be battles, and they're going to have to chip away. It's not going to be easy. The Flyers have done a great job in the neutral zone and in the defensive zone, and they're going to have to fight through that.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, no doubt about it, and that's why I mentioned, it could be one period for the season just because you don't want to be in a 3-0 hole. Army, great to be doing this with you again. It's great to have you back on the broadcast on the radio side, and we at least have one more of these to do in Game 4. Hopefully it's many more, but thanks for this tonight. Great stuff from you as always.
Yeah, we got to drag them back to Pittsburgh, buddy.
No doubt about that, and if we do, of course, that will force a Game 5 back in Monday, as Army just said. But thanks for this, brother. We'll do it again soon.
Thank you, buddy.
Yep, thank you. That is Colby Armstrong. Great stuff from him. And when I come back, news from around the league on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Wake up to value at Get Go Cafe and Market. Mix and match your mornings with 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6. Choose 2 breakfast sandwiches stacked with egg, meat, and cheese on your choice of bagel, fluffy biscuit, or flaky croissant. Exclude steak and Impossible sandwiches. Fill up with 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $6 at Get Go Cafe and Market, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Penguins. It takes all of us to take action and bring awareness to create a better community and environment. Penguins Pledge brings together key Penguins business partners with a common goal to create a more environmentally conscious community. Together with our Pledge Impact partners, Davey Tree, Exelitas, Duquesne Light Company, Kimberly-Clark, and WM, Penguins Pledge is a commitment to a better and more sustainable Pittsburgh. Learn more at pittsburghpenguins.com/Penguins Pledge.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hi, Staggy here to tell you about another great product from Nova Scotia, Mr. Donair Beef Jerky and Sticks, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins. In Canada, Donair is similar to gyro meat, but it's seasoned beef, not lamb. And like 87, Mr. Donair Beef Jerky is absolutely off the charts. It's keto-friendly, high in protein, and Mr. Donair's gyro seasoning makes it the best jerky you'll ever taste. You'll find it on Amazon, Cohen Markets, Turkey Hill, Country Fair, and PPG Paints Arena. Mr. Donair, the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This segment of the Penguins Live Intermission Report is brought to you by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins and official hot dogs at PPG Paints Arena.
Penguins down by 2 after 2 periods of play in Philadelphia. Brian Metzer here with you. And just a quick anecdote about Sean Couturier. You heard Colby Armstrong talk about how tall he is and what a monster of a man he is. I had to do a walk-off interview with him once, and I could have had a stack of phone books, and I still had trouble getting the mic up to this guy's face. He's such a big guy, and he takes away so much ice, and he's so good defensively, and he is a problem for the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. There's a lot of hockey coming your way tonight. 2 games to go on this slate for the NHL playoffs, and it's the Dallas Stars going into Minnesota to face the Wild. That series is tied at 1, and it's been very entertaining so far. A number of injured players on both sides of that one, so keep an eye on it because there's some game-time decisions for the Wild. But, of course, the Stars, you know, they've been looking to get over a hump here for many seasons in a row. I mean, this is a team that's been anointed. Last year, they looked like they were a team of destiny. Couldn't get it done. Their head coach was fired. They're a new-looking team this year with a lot of same faces, and they might be a team that could go on a run. The 10 p.m. affair is the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. The Ducks did a great job of mitigating Connor McDavid in Game 1, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. They still found a way to get past that young upstart Anaheim Ducks team. It will be interesting to see what Joel Quenneville does there to continue to slow the depth scorers of the Edmonton Oilers now, because they were the ones that powered them past the Ducks and found a way to win that Game 1 just the other night. When we come back here, can the Penguins make it a game? Well, we certainly hope so. And if they do, Joe Brand and Colby Armstrong will tell you all about it on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hear every pick of the NFL Draft on SiriusXM.
With the first pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select.
NFL Radio will be live in Pittsburgh with instant analysis.
Mendoza has the arm to work into those tight windows.
And exclusive interviews with coaches, executives, and players.
My mindset is to come into the league and take it over.
Listen to every round of the NFL Draft starting tomorrow night at 8 on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Beauty Machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app. The Power Play with Steve Coulias.
Of all the players who were drafted in 2019, which player has scored the most goals in the fewest games? Cole Caulfield. Size does matter. You don't want a team of 5'9" defensemen. But scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in sports. And Cole Caulfield scores a lot of goals.
The Power Play with Steve Coulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The best hockey lives here.
Back to Rick.
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Well, a very pivotal 20 minutes upcoming for the Penguins here in Philadelphia. They trail the Flyers 3-1 entering this third period. So they'll need either a 2-goal comeback or find themselves in a 3-0 hole in this series with Game 4 slated for Saturday night right back here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. The Penguins had the first goal. It was Evgeny Malkin on the power play back in the first period. The Philadelphia Flyers grabbed their first power play goal of the series thanks to Trevor Zegras after a long, drawn-out penalty and decision and explanation and conversation about how many guys were in the box. But it turned out to be a power play for the Flyers. They took advantage of it, and then they added 2 more.
Well, I'm seeing replays of that online now, and it looks like during that whole thing that Konechny was kicking at Brian Rust's feet. And that's probably what set Brian Rust off. He was trying to slew foot him and kick him while down on the ice. Nonetheless, it led to the extra penalty from Rust, and the Flyers didn't look back after that.
So the drama continues. Let's see if the Penguins have some theatrics of their own. Sidney Crosby to take the draw against Luke Glendening at center ice. Penguins now attacking from left to right in their road white sweaters. The Flyers attacking from right to left in their home orange sweaters. Dan Vladar in net for the Flyers. Skinner in net for the Penguins. Crosby emphatically, cleanly wins the faceoff. Third period is underway. Opening faceoffs brought to you by number 1 Cochran Club 1 Rewards. Crosby turns it over to Sean Couturier, who will skate it up ice ahead to Ristolainen over the Penguins line. Glendening far circle, stripped away by Wotherspoon. They poke at the puck at the far corner. It lands in front of Wotherspoon. He feeds it to Raquel. Raquel up ice in the neutral zone. He'll sling it down to the Flyers end. Takes a ride on the shelf. Malkin collects far point. Drags it towards the slot. Gets it to Girard. Far circle. He'll take it to the corner. Look for a centering pass. Couldn't get it past Dvorak. Malkin takes the puck far side. Chipped it back to the corner. No one was there, though. Sanheim gets there first and gets it to Porter Martone. Malkin knocks it out of midair. Would have been a high stick, but Martone takes it anyway. Flyers are over the Penguins line. Connecting far circle towards the net. Deflected just wide. Near half wall. It's collected by York. Brings it down to the corner. Letang tried to take it, but he overskated the puck. Mantha's got it now. 1 minute into this third period. 3-1. The Flyers lead the Pens. Shipped ahead to Novak over the Flyers line at the half boards. He gets it down to the corner for Malkin a little unexpectedly. Brings it over to the far corner. Zegras plays it up the wall. They pitch it to Martone. He's in the Penguin zone. Far half wall. They'll sweep it off the end boards. Novak got it over to Letang. They'll bring it up ice to Mantha. In the neutral zone, he slides it to Brazeau. Over the Flyers line, but Sealer took it away. Kicked back out to the neutral zone. Dumped into the Penguins end near corner. Carlson chipped it over to the far side for Ryan Shea. He'll collect and then snap it up ahead. It's Chinakhov. Far circle. Rister fought off by Vladar. Kicked over to the far corner. Over to the near point for Carlson.
Vladar lost the steal.
Oh, and he just made a kick save with the left foot.
Oh, man. I thought I saw something on that
So did I.
I saw something kind of look weird on that Chinakhov shot down the wing. And it was Vladar's steal. He was trying to get the attention of the refs, and Carlson threw it towards the net. I mean, smart play by Carlson just off the outside of the post. The right skate of Dan Vladar. The steal just popped out on that shot from Chinakhov. I'm getting a look at the replay right now, and it hit right on the toe, and man, that steal just exploded back into his net. They're out there trying to pop it back in right now.
I mean, he almost lost the steal on his left skate then, making the save on Carlson.
Yeah. I mean, stretching across, he did everything he could as it got worked back up there. Chinnikov can shoot the puck, we know, but...
Army, I thought it took a piece off the goalie stick. Yeah, I wasn't sure what that thing was that flailed in the back of the net.
That almost went in, too, from Carlson. What a turn that would have been. That would have been something the Penguins needed.
Like 2 kick saves by Dan Vladar.
I don't know, did he hurt himself, too, on that play, stretching out?
And it was a long chat with the trainer, but now...
That's Tommy Alva. That's their... He used to be my trainer with the Atlanta Thrashers. As an athletic therapist. That's not an equipment guy out there, so I'm wondering if he had any kind of tweak or anything stretching out to get that. Nonetheless, he's in the net still.
Puck still in the Flyers zone. Shea keeps it alive, try to shovel it deep. Taken away by Philly. They'll chip it down to the Penguins' end. As Carlson collects in behind Skinner's net, rims it up the far wall. No one's there. Couturier takes it to the neutral zone, gets it to Barkey near side. Centering pass taken away by the Penguins, but they only kick it out to center ice where it's taken back by Philly. It's slung back down into the Penguin zone near corner.
It was nothing. Carlson just went back for that puck and threw it away, and almost led to a pretty good opportunity from Barkey.
Labatt dumps it back down to the Flyers end. Far corner. It's played up the wall to Couturier. He'll chip it up and out to the neutral zone. Girard tries to knock it down out of midair. And now the Flyers take it over the Penguins line offside. 2.5 minutes gone in the third. Penguins are down by 2.
I've got my eyes on Vladar down there in the Flyers net. Seemingly okay after that lost steal incident and kind of doing the splits and stretching out in desperation a few minutes ago.
Well, he's been battling. And was it Chinnikov?
Yeah, he hit him high, too.
Both times, yeah.
Chinnikov taking a couple strips off him with a few pretty good shots.
Igor Chinnikov still looking for his first playoff goal. The Penguins are down by 2. 17-15 to go in this hockey game. Glendening takes it up ice, brings it to center. Backhand shovel it ahead to Hathaway, who gets it over the Penguins line, but it's taken by Blake Labatt. He'll snap it up to Dewar in the neutral zone. Taking it back to the Penguins zone, trying to work his way around the Dogs. Letang finds it to Crosby, who curls around at center ice. Back to Letang. Penguins are just trying to get out of their zone right now. Girard up ice, pumps it down to the Flyers end. Vladar stops it in behind his net. Pitches it up the near side. It tumbles and gets knocked down by Raquel in the corner. Worked up to Carlson at the near point. Wrister, and it's a glove save by Vladar as Crosby got tied up with Ristolainen just at the far side of the crease.
Yeah, Crosby was sneaking out the backside of that net. Tried to get to the net front on that Carlson shot. And Ristolainen got wrapped up with him and just kind of spun him and slammed him to the ice on the backside.
Penguins are the only 2 shots on goal in this third period so far. 3-1 Philadelphia with 3.5 minutes gone in the third. Crosby gets it to Rust. A quick shot, but fought off by Vladar. Flyers skated up ice to the neutral zone. Glendening chips it over the Penguins line, down to the corner. Wotherspoon tries to box out Hathaway, and then Carlson gets leveled into the boards by Glendening. Luckily, gets right back up as they fight for the puck in the near corner. Taken away by Wotherspoon, far side. He'll pitch it over to Carlson. Snapped it up ice to the neutral zone, but just out of the reach of Raquel. Luckily, Rust hustling down there. It's snapped over to the far side. Martone will take it. The center ice for Philadelphia. Over the Penguins line in the circle. Shot fired. It's deflected. Goes over to the near side. Kicked down to the corner. Centering pass by Martone. Tumbles out to Dvorak. He swings it over to the near side as Konechny sends it deep. Martone and Letang going at it in the corner. As Novak pitched it up to Girard. He'll now sweep it to Mantha over the Flyers line. At the high slot, chipped it down to the corner from Letang. Centering pass to Malkin, who tried to one-arm it home, but it's kicked over to the far side. Drysdale with a saucer pass looking for Konechny. It's knocked down by the Penguins and rolls to the corner.
What a play by Evgeny Malkin. One hand on his backhand on his stick, kind of reaching behind him. deflected that. Vladar had to be sharp. That was going to go 5-hole.
Malkin with the only goal for the Penguins tonight. He has 2 of their 3 in this series. Kindle breaking through. Shot fired, and it's blocked by Jamie Drysdale. Falling down as the rookie tried to rip a shot past Vladar. It goes out of play. 5 minutes gone in this third. Penguins down by 2.
Yeah, Kindle's had some life here in this game, jumping on loose pucks and making things happen here through the neutral zone, getting a pass, carving through a Flyers defense, and Jamie Drysdale, a good skater, able to stay with him, get stick on puck.
Face off to the left of Vladar. Kindle's going to take the draw against Trevor Zegras. A couple of youngsters here as Zegras wins it, and Philly chips it out to center ice. Carlson trying to keep it away from Tippett, but Tippett hunting for the puck as Carlson does break free. Only can get it to center ice, though, as Brazeau got it to Kindle. He tumbled through the Flyers line. Here's a wrister and a shot by Brazeau. We got a delayed penalty here on the Flyers, and they finally touch the puck. So the Penguins will get the power play. Down by 2, and it's Owen Tippett going to the box.
Philadelphia, number 71, 2 minutes for tripping.
Sorry, Forster.
Penguins off the rush, and Forster forced to get his stick in there on Ben Kindle, swiping his feet out on entry into that area. So with 1 power play goal already tonight, 1 for 2 on the power play. At a key point in this hockey game right here for the Penguins to have that power play of theirs act up in a good way.
Yeah, their second power play in the second period, they didn't have Rust or Carlson because both guys were in the box. Crosby to take the draw against Glendening to the right of Vladar. Flyers have it. Work it to the near corner, and Couturier clears it down. Neither team had a power play goal in the first 2 games. Both teams pick up a power play goal here tonight. Penguins are looking for their first goal since Malkin's power play goal. Carlson at the far point to Crosby above the near circle. Saucers it to Carlson. Back down to Sid. Rink wide pass to Raquel. Has to play it off the board. Shovels it down and behind the net to Malkin. Pitched up to Crosby. Now Carlson. Shot pass to Raquel. Has to handle it at the far corner. Worked up along the near wall. Crosby had some trouble with it. It's poked out towards center ice. No, kept alive by Carlson. Rust in the circle. Down to Malkin. He'll take it inside the circle to Rust on the doorstep. Backhand fought off by Vladar. Glendening boxes out the puck in the far corner, but Raquel got it to Malkin.
Great job to get pucks back by the Penguins.
Now Carlson in the slot. Malkin in the circle. Dances back from the dot to Raquel at the blue line, rather at the goal line. Back up to Malkin. Jumped off his stick. Plays it off the far boards. Finds Rust in the slot. Jumped off his stick and out to the neutral zone it goes. Penguins have to reset. They quickly spear back into the Flyers zone. Near corner, it's Rust. Tried to swing it over to the far side. Risked the line and cut him off. 45 seconds to go on the power play. Up to the near point for Carlson. He'll hang on to it, then find Malkin. Now to the far half wall. Raquel in the circle. Downstairs to Rust. Trying to crash the net. Puck is loose. Crosby's got it wide of the crease.
Wide open net. Everyone down in the crease. Vladar's hurt again. Rust took it through to the net. Everyone collapsed on him. The puck bounced to Crosby on the back door, and he went to finish it off, and it went right across the goal line out the other side. And then Vladar lost to look like his blocker, and they decided to blow the whistle, and Vladar in some pain. With that free hand, no blocker on it. Looks like the athletic therapist, Tommy Elva of the Flyers, is back out there to tend to Vladar again.
It almost looked as if Sid was trying to bank it off Vladar because he was running out of an angle.
And I think Vladar, kind of bending over in agony or pain, got out of the way. Otherwise, it would have hit off him.
Like You're right. He toppled over.
Yeah.
That raised his feet, and that's where Sid was trying to bank it off of him.
That's exactly what happened.
And the other thing is, Vladar being tended to right now is giving some rest for this top unit.
Well, even in bad luck for the Flyers with Vladar being banged up here, it was good luck that he was. Otherwise, Crosby would have had a goal as Sam Ersson, the backup goaltender for the Flyers, on the bench looking on.
And this is the second conversation.
They're testing out his left. It's his left hand, or his right hand, sorry, his blocker hand. I'm trying to get a better look.
Well, because it was Russ crashing towards the net.
He kind of fell on his arm as Vladar reached out with that blocker hand and that stick to kind of cut Rust off. Get into that back post.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he really fell over in pain.
He's in the game still.
So even though that weird sequence moved Vladar away from the redirection that Crosby was going for and keeps the Flyers up by 2 goals, the top unit can stay out here for the next 30 seconds of the power play. As it's rung up the near wall, Russ tied up by Couturier. Carlson snapped it to Raquel, now Russ near half boards. Carlson along the blue line, back to Rust in the circle. Pitched up to Carlson, shot pass to Crosby, far circle, wrister, down low, saved by Vladar. Raquel in behind the net, works it up the near side.
Exploded.
Carlson coughs it up to Couturier. They'll bring it to the neutral zone and softly dump it down. 2 seconds to go. Forster's out of the box.
What a bad break. Crosby on the flank, walking in, goes to shoot his stick, completely exploded.
Now Carlson back in the fly zone as we're back to 5-on-5. Penguins are 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. Carlson near half wall, quick shot wide of the net, and the long rebound goes all the way down to the Penguins' end.
They almost found Mantha net front on a little shot pass from Carlson on that play.
And now Martone muscles the puck away from Gerard, far corner, connecting to the far side of the cage. Martone's got it. Off the wall to Sealer, pumps one, didn't get through traffic. Martone to the near half wall, finds Sealer again, wrister wide of the net. Rebound to the far half wall. Juleson sends it deep to the far corner as Carlson collects, pitches it off the boards. It goes to the neutral zone. Mantha boxed out for the puck, tried to feed Novak, but turned it over to Martone. He'll work it down to the Penguins' end. It tumbles wide of Skinner's net as he slows it down. Now Letang saucers it ahead to Kindle. He snaps it to Chinikov. He'll take it over the Flyers line. Wrister wide of the net, tumbled off the side of the cage, and then Chinikov tried to race after it for a little alley-oop to himself. Now there's a little gathering in behind Vladar's net, but it stays 3-1 Philly. 11:48 to go in this hockey game. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Throughout the NFL Draft, the experts of SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio will tell you which rookies you need to select.
He's got the skills to be a Christian McCaffrey type out of the backfield. That's how good Jeremiah Love is.
Who will be the next fantasy football star?
You need a quarterback in rookie drafts. Fernando Mendoza. He's a back-end first-round selection in 1 quarterback leagues.
Hear pick-by-pick analysis from a fantasy football perspective. Live coverage begins tomorrow at 8 Eastern on Channel 87 and the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Munich machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
Of all the players who were drafted in 2019, which player has scored the most goals in the fewest games? Cole Caulfield. Size does matter. You don't want a team of 5'9" defensemen. But scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in sports. And Cole Caulfield scores a lot of goals.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Unleashing AI takes brain power and real power from right here in Pittsburgh. EQT fuels the innovation, driving the next big play. Well, the Penguins are hoping that their next big play is on this power play. The Penguins are back to a man advantage. Matvei Michkov in the box for roughing on Ben Kindle, or rather Connor Dewar. Well, we've got 11:48 to go in the game. Penguins are down 3-1. They're 1 for 3 on the power play. Their lone goal came on the power play back in the first.
Yeah, Michkov just undisciplined at the net. There's nothing happening there. And a long-range shot from Chinikov gets swallowed up by Vladar off the end boards. Mitchkov came back and just chucked Dewar in a headlock and threw him on the ice. You got to make him pay for this one.
Vladar has been battling in this game. He's been looked at by the trainer twice in this third. And the Flyers win the draw and quickly clear it down. Penguins are out shooting the Flyers in the third period, 5-0. And they trail 3-1. Carlson up ice, will drop it back to Raquel, who skates to the neutral zone over the Flyers line, got it to Russ, down the wall at the circle, sweeps it up to Carlson, dashes down the blue line, gets to Malkin, near half wall, to the corner for Sid, back to Malkin, back to Sid and behind the net, reverses it to Raquel, now up top to Carlson, high slot, Malkin near circle, over to Raquel, poked away by Couturier, out to the neutral zone it goes, Penguins have to reset.
That was a forced pass by Malkin through that seam. He had all kinds of time, maybe to walk in, and forced it through, and it got picked off.
75 seconds on the Penguins' power play. Raquel plays it off the end boards. Flyers grab it. They'll dump it down to the Penguins' end again. Off the near corner, Skinner plays a spinning puck. Leaves it for Carlson and behind his cage. 1 minute to go on the Penguins' power play. Less than 11 minutes to go in this game. Penguins are down by 2. Some of the second unit out on the ice. It's Novak over the Flyers line. Sweeps it to Russ near boards. High slot, Carlson takes it to the point, to Raquel in the circle, downstairs for Novak, back to Raquel, curls around at the corner, up to Carlson, snap to Sid, far point, down to the corner for Novak, and behind the net to Raquel at the circle, one-timer, Carlson, they score! It trickles through, and it gets over the goal line, another power play goal for the Penguins, and they get back within 1, 3-2 Philly, 10:21 to go in the game.
I love the way they set that goal up on the power play here once they got it in. And a line change. Malkin left the ice. Novak came on, carved into the zone. Once they got it set up, it was Crosby and Brian Rust's spot traditionally on that left flank. Down to Novak, in behind the net to Rust, which kind of collapses and moves everyone around on that penalty kill for the Flyers. And once it gets behind the net, and over and then up, they have that lane. And what a shot by Erik Karlsson, who's logged some hard minutes here, taking a couple big hits. He drives that puck, and it just squeaks through the blocker arm of Vladar.
Erik Karlsson's first playoff goal as a Pittsburgh Penguin. We've got 10-10 to go in the game. Penguins are still chasing one. Achari to Lozada on net, and a save by Vladar. 10:04 to go in this game.
Well, this is where you want to... The Flyers sitting on that 2-goal lead. That Mitchkov penalty leads to a massive goal to get them within 1, within striking distance. 6-0 shots in this third period right now for the Penguins as they're trying to tilt this ice and push back now into this hockey game.
The other thing, Army, is Vladar had a stop on that puck, but there was so much on it from Karlsson's shot.
Just powered right through him.
And it shows that Vladar is human because so much has been going right for him in this third.
Yeah, and he's found a way. Even in the second period, he didn't know where the puck was. He was fighting it. Looked like it got behind him. He kept it out.
Now Chinikov hammers a shot that on a piece of Forster. Quick tough angle shot from Kindle. Is poked away by the Pens. Down to the corner. Worked out to the neutral zone. Letang will take it. Under 10 to play in this game. Penguins down 3-2. Looking for a comeback to avoid being down in the series 3-0. Chinikov at the far half wall to the point. Letang kept it alive, but it's shoveled out to center ice. Raced down by Sam Girard. Girard with a pass out of the reach of Kindle. He'll still get it to Brazeau. Chips it down to the corner. Juleson plays it off the boards. Rims it along the wall. It goes all the way down to the Penguins, and this will be icing. 9:25 to go in the game. Well, Penguins down 3-2.
Yeah, the Penguins starting to rotate some lines out now and starting to get in on the forecheck. And they just got to stay on this style of game that they're doing right now. Get that puck in behind and get after it and win some battles and dictate in the offensive zone.
Dvorak against Novak for the draw to the right of Dan Vladar. It's kicked over to the far corner. Sealer gets to it, rims it along the near boards. Konechny at the point couldn't clear it. Novak does. Send it down to the near corner. Juleson pumps it up the wall as it's worked up the boards, but taken by Konechny. He'll carry it out to center ice. Mantha poked it away. Wotherspoon blew a tire. Dvorak cutting through. Near circle, he lost the puck. Swings it over to the far side. Novak's the first one there. Can't get it past Martone as he'll keep it on side in the Penguins zone. High slot and work it down to the near corner.
Knocking pucks out of midair, battling, keeping that play in the offensive zone. Allowing the Flyers to get a line change as well. Oh, no, that's a penalty.
Anthony Mantha likely with the delay of game penalty here.
Under pressure on a controlled exit out of the zone. The Flyers were changing as Martone kept it in, and he earmarled that thing right into the stands inside his own blue line.
39, 2 minutes of delay of game, puck over the glass.
So after the Penguins score a power play goal to get back within one, now they'll have to kill a penalty. 8:48 to go in the game. It's 3-2 Philly. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanger.
Stay warm this winter with Glassmere Fuel Service, your MVP for heating oil and propane in Pittsburgh. Call 800-235-9054 or visit glassmere.com. Glassmere Fuel Service, keeping your home warm at a competitive price, season after season.
No matter the occasion, there's always a reason to celebrate with a DQ ice cream cake. Creamy DQ soft serve and the chocolatey crunch center is great at any get-together. Customize yours today at DQ.com. DQ is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Penguins.
Penguins hockey is brought to you in part by Kent State University, transforming dreams into achievements.
Line for the Penguins generated some momentum and get back within a goal thanks to a power play goal from Erik Karlsson. They're now shorthanded. 8:48 to go in the game. It's 3-2 Philly. Anthony Mantha in the box for a delay of game. Draw to the right of Stuart Skinner. Parker Wotherspoon grabs it near corner and behind Skinner's net, and he'll clear it down.
It's a big penalty kill at this point in this hockey game. Down by 1, 8:35 on the clock.
Stretch pass ahead. Cates on a breakaway. Backhand. Glove saved by Stuart Skinner. Call the cops.
Oh,
he just robbed Noah Cates.
Oh, my God. Stuart Skinner. What a save. That puck was flipped out down the ice on a one face-off by the Penguins. And just like that, it was a breakaway up the ice the other way. Cates made a quick move. Stuart Skinner at the Penguins bench right now. Not sure what he's tending to, if he got some snow maybe in his eyes. Cates made that move to Stuart Skinner's glove side, and he extended and stretched and had that glove right above his pad. It got elevated. He just snagged it. Unbelievable save. And a massive moment here for the Penguins as well.
Stuart Skinner continues to keep his team in this game. Forster a blast, blockered away by Skinner. Puck to the near corner now at the back of his cage. Wotherspoon takes it along the wall, went for a short pass to Karlsson. Zegras comes away with it, gets it up to Drysdale. Far point along the blue line to Zegras at the far circle. Cuts on in, now pulls back. Zegras to Drysdale, one-timer saved by Skinner right in the chest.
No rebound either. Well, they worked it away. Drysdale with a good shot right from the center point area. And that's through traffic, and Skinner right there. Witherspoon clears Cates out of the way. A little bit of a high hit. Up on Cates. No penalty on the play. Another big save by Stuart Skinner here on this penalty kill.
1:21 to go on the Penguins PK. They're down 3-2 with 8 minutes left in the game. Flyers win the draw. Drysdale in the slot. Blocked by Nolachari. Martone kicks it to Drysdale. Far point. Martone near circle. Drags. Up top to Drysdale. Far circle Zegras. They'll take it to the slot. Zegras. Rister wide of the net. Long rebound. Forster brings it down to the corner. Up to the point for Drysdale. Walks the blue line. High slot. He stops. Shuffles. To Zegras, far circle. Zegras, back to Drysdale. Back to Zegras in the circle again. Under a minute to go on the Penguins PK. Zegras curls around in the circle. Along the dot, up to Drysdale. High slot, back to Zegras again. Downstairs for Cates, he scores! Camped out on the far side of Skinner's crease. He goes to a forehand in front of the net, snaps it past Skinner. And the Philadelphia Flyers grab their 2-goal lead back with their second power play goal of the night. 7:30 to go in the game.
The loose puck earlier on this power play for the Flyers, and it was the 19-year-old Martone that kind of got a stick on it and kept that play alive. And they just set it up, went to work, worked it around. I was wondering what they were trying to get, what look they were trying to go for. And with Forster in the bumper position, it was Noah Cates that kind of popped out to that glove side that robbed Noah Cates just prior on a breakaway. This time he takes it from the goal line, walks it out to his backhand or forehand and just tucks it by the blocker side of Stuart Skinner.
So the Anthony Mantha delay of game penalty really burns the Penguins, puts them back down by 2. 7:10 to go in the game. As Chris Letang from the neutral zone gets it over the Flyers line. Down to the corner, work back up the wall. Crosby tries to grab hold of it, but Sanheim pumps it out to center ice. Gerard will take it away, slide it over to Crosby. He gets it back to Gerard in the Flyers zone, near circle, down to the corner, shovels it off the end boards to the far side for Raquel. Snap to Crosby in the slot, backhand shot wide of the net.
Yeah, hooking penalty coming up. Mantha just drew a hooking penalty. Skinner to the bench.
6-on-5 for the Penguins here on the delayed penalty. Malkin to Mantha near circle, and the Flyers grab hold of the puck. So the Penguins will get another power play, but they're down by another goal. It's 4-2 Philly, 6:32 to go in the game. And it looks like Ristolainen going to the box. Or maybe Couturier.
Philadelphia, number 14, 2 minutes for hooking.
The puck was Penguins just kind of battled that puck all the way in, getting an opportunity. Crosby just took it off his skate and threw it to the back post as Mantha walked out of the corner, and just that can opener stick on the hands of Mantha. And it's Couturier. He'll sit for 2 minutes here. As the Penguins
Dan Muse is using
maybe called a timeout here. Yeah, they're in and around here. They need some action, no question. 6:32 here in this game, down by 2.
Both of the Penguins' goals are on the power play. Half of the Flyers' goals are on the power play tonight. And again, neither team with a power play goal in the first 2 games. There was Erik Karlsson earlier in this period to get the Penguins within 1. Now then Noah Cates on the power play to get the Flyers back a 2-goal lead. 6:32 to go in the game. Face off to the right of Dan Vladar. Crosby to take the draw against Luke Glendening. He wins it cleanly. Karlsson keeps it alive at the far point. Raquel at the half boards. Inside the circle, back up top to Karlsson. At the high slot to Raquel far half wall. Downstairs looking for Rush, chipped away by the Flyers, worked up the near wall. Dvorak gets it out to the neutral zone, turns it into a breakaway. Skinner out of his crease to play it ahead to Raquel. Carlson to Crosby over the Flyers line. Throws it deep down to the corner. Tumbles over to the far wall. Up to Malkin at the point. Carlson at the near point now. Shuffles with the puck. Gets it down to the corner for Crosby. Someone's without a stick. Russ far circle. Shot goes wide of the net. Out to Carlson. He has it in the high slot. It was York missing the stick. Now he's got it. Carlson in the high slot again. 70 seconds on the power play. Crosby near circle. Over to Malkin. Poked away by Sanheim, though. Out of play it goes. 68 seconds on the Penguins power play. 4-2 Philly leads. We got 5:40 to go in this game.
Penguins trying to set it up. Crosby trying to find Malkin on that back seam. Just read perfectly by Sanheim. Rust with a good chance on a seam pass to that backdoor side. Sure if it was a save by Vladar on that or it just missed the net, but a good look nonetheless.
We're going to face off to the left of Vladar. Crosby against Dvorak. Down to the near corner it goes. Malkin pokes it in behind the net. Rust accelerates it to Raquel. Far point. Snap to Crosby. Near circle. Wrister fought off by Vladar. And took a bad bounce off the far corner. Glendening can clear it down.
Crosby had that top corner blocker side. Elected to shoot it. Quick shot. Maybe surprise Vladar. And hit something on the glass and they get it all the way down.
40 seconds to go on the Penguins power play. They're down by 2 with a little over 5 minutes to go in the game. Cates takes the puck away. He'll clear it down.
Oh, strong move by Cates off that wall. Just kind of spun and took off and got it clear. Really good play by Noah Cates, who has the most recent goal for the Flyers.
Igor Chinikov rips it off the end board. Second unit starting to get out here on the ice for the Penguins. Mantha to Kindle at the near corner. Rims it along the boards. Chinikov hustles to keep it onside. At the far point, towards the net, deflected out. Mantha backhanded, kicked wide. Far corner, Malkin. Pitched up to Chinikov. 9 to go on the power play. Letang to Chinikov. Far circle, wrister blocked by Tippett. Over to the far corner, Mantha gets it over to Malkin. Near corner, works it up the wall to Letang. Out of the box is Couturier. Now he's got the puck in the Penguin zone. Near circle, backdoor. They can't find it to Tippett.
Ben Kindle, beautiful back check to break that up.
And now Kindle will take the puck at the far corner. We've got 4:15 to go in this game. The Penguins are down by 2. If they do score, you win a free Big Mac. Offer is valid 3 days after the Penguins score in the Big Mac attack. Download your McDonald's app. Claim your free Big Mac with a purchase of $1 or more. Flyers get it out to the neutral zone with 4 minutes left. Penguins are down by 2 here in Philly. In danger of falling in the series 3-0. Connor Dewar chips it down to the near corner. Ristolainen plays it off the boards and takes a shoulder from Tommy Novak. Whether that's Justin Brazeau who pulls it along the end boards. The far circle. Quick shot from Girard. Never got it. Martone's got it. Taps it ahead to Konechny. Out to center ice is a good pack check from Girard. Pokes the puck into the Penguin zone.
Man. Good job by Brazeau. Down low. Just kind of won that puck. Hung on to it like he does so well. Just kind of jammed Sam Girard as he went to move it to him. Unable to get a good shot off.
Down to 3:15 left, and the Penguins are down by 2. As the Flyers take it over the Penguins line on the stick of Tippett, it's fired and deflected out of play. We'll go to a break. Penguins are down by 2 and running out of time. 3:10 to go here from Philly. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The NFL Draft is on SiriusXM. Take your pick on how to listen with the SiriusXM app.
The NFL Draft is officially open.
NFL Radio brings you every selection and exclusive interviews. Hear insights from the experts that covered the players in college on SiriusXM College Sports Radio. Fantasy Sports Radio forecasts their fantasy football impact. And get instant reaction on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Search NFL Draft on the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Fantastic start for PSG. The Bayern Munich machine is on the roll again. Arsenal are running riot in North London.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
There's nothing like playoff hockey, and nobody gets you closer to the ice than SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. Our experts get you ready for each matchup.
The Edmonton Oilers can outscore any mistakes in this series.
And interviews with the league's heavy hitters.
John Cooper, head coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I love listening to you guys in the morning.
It's hockey talk all day and the top playoff games every night. Stay connected to the quest for the cup on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Well, that Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $100 million. That's $100 million. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. That drawing is tonight. Pennsylvania lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Every day, players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
Probably the only similar rooting interest for Penguins and Flyers fans right now is the Pennsylvania Powerball. Right now, the Penguins down by 2 with 3:10 to go. We'll have a face-off to the right of Stuart Skinner. Crosby against Couturier, and the Penguins win the draw. Carlson in behind Skinner's net as Stu will skate towards the Penguins bench. Empty net for the Penguins, 6-on-5, down by 2 with 3 minutes to go. Dumped into the Flyers' end, Ristolainen sends it along the far boards. Crosby slows it down at the half wall. Russ will chip it to Crosby at the corner, trying to thread the needle to find a pass to Malkin, but it's poked out to the neutral zone. Carlson at center ice will flip it back to Chris Letang. 2:40 to go in this game. Quick pass to Raquel. Now to Russ. Near circle towards the net and deflected out of play as Rickard Raquel came crashing towards the net. They found him, but he finds the netting above the plexiglass. 2:37 to go.
They're deeming that hit. I think the Flyers defender, not Raquel, as Russ put a shot through, just kind of looking to put it through into traffic and guys crashing there. Skinner out of the net. Big face-off here with Crosby captain on captain against Couturier.
To the left of Dan Vladar as Malkin takes it down to the near corner, centering pass to Crosby. Couldn't get a shot off. Letang pumps when it didn't get through traffic. Letang back with it at the point. Gets it to Carlson on the near side. Downstairs to Malkin at the corner. And Erik Karlsson can't handle the pass from Malkin. It goes all the way down.
It skipped up over the ice. That pass was flat and popped over the stick of Karlsson and all the way down the ice.
2:10 to go in the game. Penguins down by 2. A turnover on the stick of York. He'll pitch it towards the empty net. It goes wide. Letang touched it. From the far corner, he'll work it to Erik Karlsson. Under 2 minutes to go here from Philly. It's 4-2 Flyers. Karlsson dumps it down to the Flyers' end. It bounces from the near corner to the far one. Sealer reverses it to York. He'll play it up the wall, but Crosby knocked it down with his upper body. Pitched up to the point. Karlsson tried to send it deep, but it's poked out to the Penguins' end. Chris Letang has to race it down. 1:40 to go. Letang up to center ice. Snaps it to Kindle, but it got to Crosby over the Flyers line. He'll kick it down to the corner. Kindle curling around the net to the far side, over to Letang at the point. Snapped it down to the circle for Tommy Novak. Quick turnaround shot fought off by Vladar. Back to Novak at the half boards. Tippett pokes it out to the Penguin zone. He's racing for the empty net, and he scores. It's a 3-goal lead for the Philadelphia Flyers to bring them 72 seconds away from a 3-game lead in this opening round of the series.
And Owen Tippett just off to the races, picked off a loose puck on the wall. The Flyers with great pressure all over the ice all game long. And just pressuring Tommy Novak. Karlsson tried to stay in to keep that alive in the powerful skating. Owen Tippett, 11 hits in tonight's game. Buries the empty netter. 5-2 Flyers.
It's the Flyers' first home playoff game since 2018. Here's a quick crash towards the front of the net. Labatt trying to jab it home, but he gets taken out. And Vladar keeps it 5-2 Philly with under a minute to go in the game.
And the Penguins will have to wait to get life in this series in Game 4. A couple days off now in between games here in Philadelphia.
Face-off is won by the Flyers. Couldn't clear it out just yet, though. Snapped over to the near circle as Clifton's got it. He'll fire a shot, fought off by Vladar, poked away in the slot, tumbles out to center ice. Shea takes it back again. 40 seconds to go in the game. Along the end boards, it's worked to Labatt on the near side. Up to center ice, over to Connor Dewar. Chipped down to the corner with 25 seconds to go. Couturier forks it over to the far corner. Worked out to center ice. The Philadelphia Flyers, who had the smallest chance to make the playoffs around the Olympic break, continue their pace and grab the first 3 games of this series. As Kindle and Martone jabbing at each other at center ice. But it's a 3-0 lead for the Philadelphia Flyers. And the Penguins will try to avoid the sweep and get at least one more game back in Pittsburgh on Saturday for Game 4 of this series.
Oh, Martone and Kindle, they're trying to still go at it here. Linesmen doing their best to break it up. Ben Kindle has his gloves off. Well, that is with Martone's gloves. They were tied up forever, trying to get after each other here at the end of this game. The Flyers being dragged away now. And that'll do it.
Paul Steigerwald and Brian Metzer will start the post-game conversation up before Army and I wrap up a few more things here from Xfinity Mobile Arena. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Phil Bork. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shift. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals over the years. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. Through their Colorful Communities program, they team up with community partners to protect and beautify neighborhoods globally. Since 2015, they've completed over 500 projects, including one I had the chance to be a part of right here in Pittsburgh. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
Hey, hockey fans, the ice is heating up and the savings are too at Spitzer Auto World. Shop thousands of new vehicles at the Panda price. And here's the hat trick. Get a lifetime warranty at no charge. Whack more, spend less.
Offensive zone, and that third pairing's out there. Look for Chris Knobloch to go nuclear with both Draisaitl and McDavid out there to take advantage of the inexperience of the third pairing.
All right.
I'm Ducks.
That's Rob Brownmore with Rob and Brendan Escott during the first and second.